What is going on, everybody? It's your boy Chase, aka CR Media, here for the AEW Post Dynamite show, brought to you by CR Media. We are kicking off this week talking about Dynamite, Blood and Guts. I am joined by my friend Mark, Pro Wrestling Kingpin. How are you, sir?
I'm all right, man. How are you doing?
Good, good. Savage Dustin, man, appreciate the follow, sir. Thank you.
Yo, what's going on, Savage Dustin? What's going on, everybody? How's everyone doing? How you doing, Chase?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Long time no see, right?
I know, right? It's been forever.
Yeah. Hey, well, we might get to a point where we start doing these shows multiple days a week. So,
Hey, man. I mean, if we got the time, let's do it, right?
yeah, hell yeah, man.
You know?
Um, so getting in there. Okay, so I'm glad to see that the Twitch chat is coming in because I posted, or because I'm trying to switch. That's odd. Interesting. I on my restream it allows me to comment on Scotty. What's up, sir? Pleasure to
Yo,
see
how you
you as
doing?
always. IWEP Network saw you with the follow earlier, sir. Appreciate that. Glad to have you joining us tonight. First time chatter. Uh, IWE. Where did you find us?
Tornado Tag Podcast. All right.
Okay, hell yeah, man.
Yo, what's up?
Appreciate you coming through, man. Um, like I said, I always send these invites out. Um, we're just gonna break down Dynamite, and as we Anthony appreciate it, Chase, Mark. So I prefer to be on a first name basis with people. I'm a real personable person like that. Personable person. Okay.
Personable person. Sounds good. I
Hey,
mean,
we're gonna go with it. But anyways, Anthony, we break down the show, man, and then like I said, we something we started doing a couple weeks ago is we'll invite guests on to talk about the show. We might not wait till the end of the show tonight, depending on how many people we get in here, because obviously we don't want to be up till 2 a.m. again.
oh, that's not happening, man. I gotta be at work at. I gotta be up at 5:30, so that's not happening. We're
Hot
on the
tag
same
in the
time zone, right?
house, huh?
We're in the same time zone, right?
We are central, right?
Yeah, yeah, that's right. It's
Yeah,
central. Okay, cool. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Yeah, well, that happened to Anthony. So I sent Anthony a message and asked him about coming on and joining us on TikTok this morning. And then he was like, "What time?" And I was like, 9 o'clock. And he's like, "So the start of the show?" And I was like, "No." I was like, "Wait." I was like, and then I had to think about it. I was like, "Oh man, people are in different time zones, man."
Yeah, it's
Uh,
crazy. Hot
Josh,
tag in
man,
the house.
appreciate you
Yo,
coming through, man. We will be plugging the I-70 hot tag later. So, um, yeah,
it,
what a match.
it was a great match. It was definitely entertaining, 100%. I mean, the wrong team won, but whatever.
Yeah, uh, I don't think so, but I mean, we'll
No,
agree to
I
disagree.
agree with that. I'm just kidding. I'm just you know I'm gonna fanboy it out. I mean, we all knew that he was gonna they were gonna put Kingston and all them over. So I mean, the
Absolutely.
correct team, the correct team run, but for my ego, the wrong team won. So
for
whatever.
for your ego. I like it.
That's right. That's right.
Um, man, so we kind of I'm shocked they gave these guys a whole hour. I thought that was cool.
Didn't they do that last time? I mean, with them in the Pinnacle.
Did they?
Yeah, when it was Inner Circle versus the Pinnacle. I think they did it last time too. Pretty
Okay.
sure.
Okay. Okay. Interesting. Interesting.
Yep. So, what do you think of tonight's show?
I dug it, my good friend. I dug it. So there was there was quite a few things here to be excited about. So Orange Cassidy, and Ethan Page opened up this show, and
New theme
you know,
music.
yeah, new theme music, and I dug it.
Dude,
Uh,
before we go on further, I want to make that a point. So AEW, yeah, I'm a fanboy, guys. Whatever, talk shit. But AEW's theme music, I don't care what kind of the production value that WWE has or any other promotion has. AEW's music, all of them, like they're all fucking. You jam out to like all of them. Like they have like the best music coming out, hands down.
Well, I'll tell you what, man. I will say that I have been quite impressed uh, with both companies. I think WWE puts out great music. They've
They
always
do, they
they
do.
even after like Jim Johnston left, the music was still good there. But yes, I agree. AEW, whoever does their theme music as well, is doing a fantastic job. So I have to say,
Hell yeah.
production value tonight looked awesome for the show. It did, and I love their you know, uh, I'm not. I don't want to call it blood and guts because I don't have to worry about getting hit with a copyright infringement for calling it what it is, War Games or
Okay.
the Match Beyond.
The match
Uh,
beyond. Let's roll with that. The match beyond.
um, but yeah, I loved the presentation of it tonight. Um, the cage was really tall. It looked almost as tall as Hell in a Cell.
Yeah, it was pretty big. It was a pretty big
Yeah.
cage. It was
Uh,
a well constructed cage. It didn't look like the top of it was.
yeah.
I
Like I
don't know if
said,
I.
it reminded me a lot of Hell in a Cell.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
So um, that was his music on the indie scene. So he got it back. Nice.
Oh,
Okay.
was it? Okay, there you go.
Okay.
Never knew that.
Nice. Nice.
This is my first. This is me being introduced. AEW's introduced me to Orange Cassidy. I never really watched them until AEW. So
I was able to watch him, but like when you do a lot or when they do a lot of the indie shows, most of the time, I know IWTV has pretty good production value, like on the shows that they put on there. But the stuff I had seen at Orange Cassidy either didn't have an entrance or it was in a venue where the sound didn't amplify enough, so you couldn't really hear what the music was.
okay.
Jane by Jefferson Starship. I like that. I like that, Anthony. I appreciate you coming through and letting us know that. Everyone on top of the cage on the winning team are all Northeast Coast talent, Pennsylvania, Jersey, New York. Nice. Was I the only one who noticed the rings are bigger now? And was it bigger? Or I noticed they had a pretty big gap in between the two rings. And then, like I said, I think the cage made it look significantly bigger. So I don't know if the ring was bigger.
Mikey Ruckus does AEW's music. Is that who does it?
I think so.
Yeah. Okay.
I haven't checked that out. I just go with whatever my Amazon Prime playlist goes with. I noticed it at Forbidden Door. Nice. Okay. A bigger ring. You think I thought the ring was huge. Hmm. WCW used to use a bigger ring, didn't they?
A bigger ring?
Yeah.
Man, WCW. I was like 5 years old. I don't remember.
Really? You were not. Knock that shit off.
I was like
Much
10.
smaller. They did, really. Hmm. Okay.
I wanted
Well,
someone to go through it too. Someone said in my so we're live on TikTok too. So someone said they wanted someone to go through the top of it. Yeah, me too. But
I thought that was
I thought that was gonna be the spot up there.
yeah.
I really thought so. But
I
they
knew
just
your
threw
boy
Sammy
Jericho
on
wasn't
the
going to
stage.
take that spot, but
Fuck no, Jericho's not taking that spot. That's why he
yeah.
waited for last to come through. He's too old for that, man.
Although now I don't care. I could care less. Um, I couldn't care less. Uh, was there a crash pad underneath that announce table?
Look like it.
Like I said, I don't care. But
Does it really matter? Excuse me.
that's what I'm saying. Like I could
I
care.
mean,
I couldn't care less either way. But I know that'll
I
be
think there
the
was.
that'll be the talk on the internet
Yeah,
tomorrow.
man. The troll's gonna be all over it, man.
Yeah, yeah.
Troll's gonna
Um,
be all over it.
All right, so the spot with Lambert and Cassidy had me dying,
Oh, dude,
dying.
Lambert's gold, man. I already told you about that, bro.
Yeah. Um, the two-time Superman punch. I think Cassidy did that for you, my guy.
He probably did. He probably saw this last week.
Loved it, loved it. Cassidy probably saw that shit Sunday night.
He
He
probably
probably,
did.
yeah,
He's
he
one of
probably
the
came
funniest guys.
across. I'm sure Cassidy probably came across my Twitch
I mean, we are getting pretty
and
big. We are getting pretty big.
heard you trash in the Superman punch and was like,
Stupidest move.
I'm gonna finish Ethan Page with two of those motherfuckers in a scoop slam.
Scoop
A
slam was nice. The
scoop
scoop
slam.
slam was nice. I liked it.
Yeah.
I liked it.
Anthony, I agree, man. I don't know why people hate on safety. You know, to put that kind of stuff on botchamania, or call it botchamania
You know it's
is
gonna
just
be on
asinine.
there. It's
I
gonna
know.
be on there. It's gonna be
I
on
know.
there. It probably already is.
Who cares?
I
Care
mean,
less. I couldn't care less. Sorry, that's for my boy Josh. My boy Josh has been correcting my grammar lately, trying to get me right. Um, so speaking of awesome, reeking of awesome, by the way,
oh
Christian
wow.
Christian Cage. They had an interview with Christian Cage after the Orange Cassidy match, and Christian got major heat. Major heat. He said his whole family should have been dead.
I know
Talking
it's
about
fucked
Jungle
up.
Boy,
I know it's fucked up.
and yeah,
Pretty fucked up.
but it made me pop. I'm not gonna lie. When he went
I
full
mean,
heel like that, it made me pop.
I don't know if you've seen my video already, but I mean,
Yeah,
congrats on calling the heel turn.
yeah,
I mean, good for you.
yeah,
So
absolutely.
can't believe it
The
happened, but I mean, it is what it is.
the problem with the last one is they had it look like diamond plate, and when it broke, you could see it was cardboard. Agreed. At last check, I want to go home from work safely. Pretty sure these guys do too.
Oh
Yes,
yeah, of
a
course,
1000%, Scott.
of course.
1000%. They were smart and kept a black cloth on top of it. Yeah, because it kind of looked like it was elevated. So, uh, yeah. So yes, Christian Christian's promos have been fantastic since he turned heel.
They have.
And then he brought Luchasaurus out to new music, new gear, an all black look. And dude, I dug it. I thought it was great.
Yeah, I
He
mean,
got
he's not green
he got
anymore. The all black darkness. I mean,
yep,
I like the heel turn. I mean, like I said, I don't really care either way. I mean, I wish that they didn't break up, but I mean, he looked cool. New
yeah.
music. You're gonna have Christian in the back there. Christian's got to do something. I mean, Christian's not gonna get a title run again. I can't
No,
assume. So I mean,
no.
you called it. You
Like I
called
said,
it.
like I said,
So
Christian got his opportunity. Now it's Christian's chance to give back to the business. He he's helped Lucha or yeah he's helped Jungle Express out,
right,
Luchasaurus and Jungle Boy.
right.
This heel turn, this is going to be huge for Jungle Boy, because we've seen Jungle Boy in action with main event players,
Yeah,
and
yeah, for sure.
Jungle Boy has come up short. I think this is an opportunity to get Jungle Boy over. Jungle. I think Jungle Boy is going to get his. It's Jungle Boy's time to shine and develop as a solo star. Exactly. So, like I said, we've seen the teases last year for the past 2 years.
Right.
You know,
So that
of
leads
him
me
having
to my question. So like, who is so now that he doesn't have his mouthpiece, we already seen that he kind of has trouble doing promos. How's he going to be off alone now? You know, you think he'll be okay?
I think he'll be all right. I
So
think he'll be fine.
does he still retain the Jungle Boy gimmick? Is he going to go solo, little Tarzan guy, or does he change it up as
I don't
well?
think he'll. I don't think he'll play into it as much. I think he'll still be known as Jungle Boy Jack Perry.
Right.
He may carry a Jack, the Jack Perry name a little bit more, but
Right.
Jungle Boy is just something I feel like is going to be with him for a while. You know, um,
And what about on the Luchasaurus end? How? What about his solo run now with Christian behind
okay.
him?
So I'll credit Heel Kevin to this. I think Heel Kevin's streaming right now, so he may not see this. And that's fine. I may clip it and tag him on the Tiki Talk. But Heel Kevin during the stream said it would be a fantastic for him and Jungle Boy to do a run, and then at the end of it, do something like Mask versus Career or something. And Jungle Boy beats Luchasaurus, and he loses the mask, and then afterwards he rebrands himself, which I love that idea. I thought that was I thought that was fantastic. That was borderline as good a booking as I do.
Okay.
To hell with your okay.
Jungle has to beat
Um,
Lucha to get to Christian. 100%. That's exactly going to be the angle.
yeah,
So Jungle Boy's going to want to go
there
after
you go.
Christian.
The
You know,
mask, the mask against or the if Lucha wins, then Jungle Boy doesn't get to face Christian. If Jungle Boy wins, he gets to face Christian, and Luchasaurus loses his mask, or something.
right,
Something along those lines.
right.
So, absolutely, I like it. I dig it.
It can go.
Um,
Gives more story. Like, I'm all about giving rounding out the entire card with stories that don't revolve around championship. So it gives us a story. You get the chase to Christian.
yep.
So and also he'll
Uh,
get retribution against Luchasaurus. Turning on him. So it's gonna be a pretty decent storytelling there for a couple months maybe.
absolutely. So we've got this match with Max Caster and the Gun Club versus Danhausen, and FTR was a
FTR.
surprise. So I thought that was good. They did a great job setting up stories tonight. I wholeheartedly agree, Anthony. I think they did a fantastic job
Yeah,
setting up
for sure.
stories.
I was glad
Um,
to see FTR out there. Especially with the whole shoulder issue. Everyone was like freaking out a little bit,
yeah,
myself included. Especially I was there live. I was freaking out. I was like, oh
yeah,
shit. So that it was good to see them out there. Kind
yeah.
of
No,
shocking to see them paired with Danhausen, but it was good to see them out there. So
so not to jump ahead, but
yeah.
Kingston kind of worried me tonight. You think he was working?
Oh yeah. I was thinking the same thing too.
Yeah.
I
I
think
don't
he was
know, man.
working.
That would
I don't know.
suck. There's
It
just so
would, dude.
many right now. You know what I mean? Like there's
Dude, like they
so
just keep
many
getting
injuries.
injured, but props to them though because they're still putting on quality shows, putting on quality
Oh,
stories, regardless of all the injuries. AEW is
yeah.
still entertaining from top to bottom.
Hey, shout out to my boy Arkham Prince. Because he had made that comment Sunday night after when we did the Forbidden Door post show. He made
Oh
that
yeah,
comment, like, oh, everybody's mocking AEW about the bloated roster, and now everybody's like, I mean, it kind of works out when you've got six top guys out on injury and you've still got a bloated roster of 120 to reach into a bag.
well there you go. Arkham Prince heard you though because he's in my
Yeah.
live right now. So
Nice.
there
Hell
you
yeah.
go.
Yeah. Um,
Kingston looked like he was selling. One of my viewers said. So I mean,
okay. Okay.
yeah, okay.
So Max Caster's rap. Back to that match. The highlight for me was the Flint, Michigan water comment. That
Dude,
was fucked up.
it was
It's fucked up.
hilarious.
It's fucked up
I,
anytime anybody brings up Flint, Michigan
I was
water.
fucking dying, dude. I was
Yeah.
dying. I was
Uh,
dying.
FTR doing those suplex at the same time in unison was
Beautiful.
awesome. It
Best
was
tag
so
team in the world right now, man.
uh, no
No
lies,
question. Yeah,
no
for
lies.
sure, for sure.
Um, Cash looking at Billy Gunn and telling him to suck it made me pop a little. Uh, I hate that Danhausen didn't get the clean win, but I'll take it. That worked for me. Tonight kind of felt like another season opener style show for some of the stuff. Agreed. Scissor me, daddy ass. I'm gonna get a T-shirt. I'm gonna get a T-shirt made that
I,
says
th-
that.
dude, we gotta.
Yeah, I'm
I'll
gonna.
put it on that one.
That
I'll
that's
put it
it.
on that one.
My wife has a cricket, and I'll make my wife Yep, scissor me daddy needs to be scissor me daddy ass needs to be a shirt.
It needs
A
to be a shirt,
thousand
man.
percent.
I don't think
I'm
Tony
gonna.
Khan wants to see that shit.
I will have my wife use her Cricut and make me a shirt that says "Scissor me, daddy ass."
Jeez.
Um,
You make that, and then
so
when I get to the US, we can wear them in AEW. There you go.
absolutely, it
It would
would
be a
be a fantastic
fantastic
price.
pride shirt. Oh god.
Absolutely,
Oh my god.
yes. Um, so this was super interesting, man. Bowens got out of the chair, didn't look pretty hurt anymore, and got in the ring and tried to cost Danhausen and FTR the match, and he actually wound up hitting one of the Billy Gunn's
Billy,
kids.
Billy Goat. Yeah, he is.
Pastor is part of the Pride community. Absolutely, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, he is.
Um, you know, they did a lot of commercials with him, but he there's a fantastic video on YouTube about his like coming out journey and stuff. So I highly recommend it. I happened to have to come across it one of these days when I was watching YouTube. I don't have the link, otherwise I would share it. But definitely, yeah, go check out, go look for Anthony Bowen's interviews and stories, and him talking about coming out.
I've seen a few of them.
Yeah,
I've seen quite a few of them. So that
absolutely.
definitely to piggyback, you guys should go check that out. Like it's really
Yeah,
powerful.
especially you know, I mean, Jiminy, like leading up to the early 2000s, man, like there was not there was not a whole lot of wrestlers that were out. Um, you know, AEW Unrestricted is a fantastic podcast, and he was on it talking about it. AEW Unrestricted is a fantastic podcast, Anthony. I'm glad you brought that up, man. It is a super fantastic. I love me some Aubrey Edwards. I don't, I don't care. You know, everybody's entitled to their opinion. Y'all don't like Aubrey Edwards, that's fine. But Aubrey Edwards is,
She's a great referee.
yeah,
She's great.
oh yeah,
I hate the hate that she be getting sometimes.
yeah, absolutely. Anyways,
Last time I checked the
after
pay per view, she wasn't the one that fucked up the count twice.
yeah, I mean,
So
yeah. Oh yeah, the ass boys are definitely going to be the heels, and I wouldn't be shocked um, if at one point um, what was I saying? I wouldn't be shocked if at one point Billy Gunn actually winds up turning on the acclaimed, to kind of put them over more as the
I
face.
mean, he seems like he likes them better than his sons. It's a
I
funny
know
story.
that was what
Yeah, you know.
I mean. He came hard at his kid when he pushed him, and I was like, oh
Can we
wow.
acknowledge the fact that Billy Gunn is a massive human being? Like
Yeah,
massive.
yeah.
Like seeing him on
Uh,
TV and seeing him live. I saw him live
yeah,
for the
he's
first
huge.
time in forever, like since WWE days. This guy's fucking massive.
The
He's
delay
massive.
is sorry if I'm throwing you off. I'll save my stuff for when I join. The delay is making you go backwards. It's no, we kind of, Anthony. If if you join us for multiple shows, you'll see that we kind of get all over the place here. So, dude, I legit ran into him backstage at a show, and he is massive. Yes, he is a large human being.
Dude, he's insane.
Jade Cargill got a squash match in. Well, I
Wait,
shouldn't say a squash match. Definitely wasn't a squash match.
one second. So, one of my viewers says it looked to me that the Gun Sons are turning face, and Road Dogg will join them. Has anybody heard anything about that?
Interesting. So it's a wild theory.
It is a wild theory.
I like it,
Do you?
except for them being face. That's weird.
I mean,
I think I think they're definitely going to be the heels in that.
They're saying it, they're calling it right now. Everyone's saying it's interesting. They said I'm calling it right now. It's gonna happen. I was like, okay, I'll remember that if that
Oh,
happens.
okay. Yeah, if he's calling it, like all power to you, my friend. But
But I was gonna say, I was like, you heard something? I was like, I didn't hear
yeah.
anything about that one. I was about to start googling some shit.
So Jade beats Layla Gray. Afterwards, Stokely Hathaway, who is the best manager in wrestling right now. James is a mouth that the Ass Boys needs. The Ass Boys need. Agreed. Agreed.
Okay,
I
I
can
mean, it'd
see
be
it.
cool. It'd be cool, but I don't know. I don't see it happening.
Have
So what?
the have
Well,
have the have the Gun Club feud with the Acclaimed,
uh huh,
and then Road Dog comes and joins the Gun Club,
uh huh.
and then eventually Billy turns on the Acclaimed. I think it would be very elevating for the Gun Club and also good for the
I mean,
Acclaimed to be
it
on
would
their own.
be. I mean, it's a wild theory, but
Yeah,
yet you kind of want to see it happen.
yeah.
It's kind of entertaining. You
You
got
have
the history
Acclaimed
between
going
Road
Mike.
Dogg.
You have the Acclaimed going Mike for Mike with Road Dog. I'd like it.
It'd be fun.
Yeah,
Tony Khan, get it done.
get it done. Let's make it happen, Captain.
We're gonna tag the shit out of you in TikTok now.
Um, so Athena and Statlander come running out after after Jade cuts this promo. They get Jade, and then Layla Gray comes back in and helps. Jade was not interested in her help at all.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty interesting. You know, she was 0-4 going into Jade, then Jade beat her ass, and now it seems like they're trying to maybe add her to this little baddie, maybe try to get a little help. Like,
I guess
it's an interesting little narrative,
it
to say
is.
the least.
It is. If you have not seen the clip I posted on TikTok, where we fantasy booked what should happen with Jade, Athena, and Chris Statlander, I highly recommend going and viewing it. By the way, if you don't follow CR Media on TikTok, I highly recommend hitting that follow button. We are trying to get to 1,000 followers, so CR Media can go live on Twitch as well. Um, so, got
TikTok,
a
TikTok, live on TikTok. You're live on Twitch currently.
I, I said TikTok.
You said Twitch.
These are these are these are not the droids you are looking
Well, what
for.
the fuck is this?
These are not the droids you are looking for. I said TikTok.
Oh man.
Hey, I learned from Paul Heyman at the during the old Rise and Fall of ECW interview that if you're gonna fail, fail big. So Chris is super over, and they didn't know it until the Ruby match. But Athena is taking the title, but they are keeping Chris on camera.
I really hope that
I
is
agree.
not true.
Like I said, Anthony, we fantasy booked it, and because I said Athena was going to do it. Mark really wants Chris to do it.
I just hate when people jump the line.
Yeah.
That's all.
Um,
Don't get me wrong.
and
I love Athena. I just hate when people jump the line.
yeah, we fantasy booked it so everybody's happy. So um, I guess that kind of asks the question there. Um, are we
I agree,
still
Raz. I agree.
are we still thinking that are we still thinking one of those two women is going to beat the streak?
At this point, who else is it going to be? Because there's nobody else that's really getting any type of push or heat or anything. So I mean, it's got to be one of them.
I don't know, man. Let's take a page out of your book with the Roman Reigns shit. Um, I mean, if Jade keeps the title for 4,000 days,
Oh,
I
here we
mean,
go.
it doesn't matter, right?
Here we go. Oh my
Yeah.
god. Look, man. Whatever. I don't even want to. Whatever. It's an AEW show.
Oh, it's a double stand. You don't like that, do you? Huh?
No,
It's
it's not.
okay.
It's not that at all.
It's okay.
I
It's okay
love
for Roman to keep the title 4,000
I
days,
I
but
love Jade. I love Jade, and if she keeps it for a long time, I'm all about the long title reigns.
yeah,
I hate when they play hot potato with the title reigns.
yeah.
All right. So what Roman is doing was great, and I'm starting to be like, okay, it kind of sucks because the whole point in unifying the championships was supposed to elevate the other titles before. All right, Intercontinental, U.S. Championship, like whatever. But they're not doing that. So now it's like, okay, what's the point? But at the same time, WWE refuses to build any other new stars. It's always the same circle. I mean, we're fucking getting Brock Lesnar and Roman at SummerSlam, and
Hey,
then
hey, man. Hey,
what?
this is
What?
hey,
Fuck Brock
listen.
Lesnar. Don't even go
This
there.
is the hey, listen. This is the AEW post Dynamite show.
You started it. You
This
started
isn't
it.
no. Well, come
You
on.
started it.
Let's get to the comments, okay?
If you if
Uh,
you if you want to save it for Friday night, I mean, if you want to do it late, I'll freaking go in on you on Friday night. You just gotta wait till I get home from work. So whatever the fuck you want to
uh,
do.
so let's go back here. Anthony said, "I love them both so much, but Chris wasn't in the game plan. But the crowd booing Ruby. Uh, oh shit.
Wait, what's going on? You
Okay.
can blame Cody for that. Jade needs more work. Title isn't helping her. I
Well,
mean,
you
yeah,
okay.
Jade needs more work, but I felt like they've done a pretty good job protecting her. I mean, although I hate squash matches, but I mean, she's looked pretty well. She's looked hype. I mean, I love the little baddie faction that she's got going on. She's very entertaining, and someone being in the mid card, having a mid card belt, she's one of the most entertaining women in all of pro wrestling, in my opinion, right now.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean,
Um,
factions
you can.
factions always make elevate superstars. They make it better. They make them more entertaining, and that's what she's doing. And she's a champion. Now, yeah, she's raw in the ring. I mean, there's no denying that. I'm
Well,
not
yeah,
sitting here defying her, but I mean, it's an entertainment business, right? And at the end of the day, she's doing her job. She has me entertained. So, you
yeah.
know,
So you can blame Cody for that. My comments are based on the Brock versus Roman banter. Oh, okay. Okay. Once again, it's Cody's fault that a story is fucked. That's terrible, Scott. You can't completely blame Cody for that. Scott is implying that if Cody wouldn't have got injured, then we wouldn't be getting Brock and Roman again. Cody takes the title at Mania after he wins Rumble. I agree. I agree.
thank you,
Don't clap your fucking hands.
thank you,
I
thank you.
never disagreed with that. I never disagreed with that. However, if Dwayne Johnson
Oh, here we go.
phones if Dwayne Johnson phones his boy Vince McMahon, you can say goodbye to Cody getting that title shot.
We'll talk here. We'll set up a special either Monday or Friday show, and we'll go in on it. And I will freaking argue with you till 3 in the morning if you want about why that's just not going to happen.
You can argue.
So
I'm not.
let's just stay the
I'm. I'm
course
not
with this
saying it's going.
AEW
I'm
show.
not saying it's going to happen. I'm saying if you tried to argue and tell me that Rock was going to fight Roman at Royal Rumble, and then
Yeah,
what's the Rock going to
yeah.
do at WrestleMania?
Nothing. Fuck him. Tell him to go make a movie. Make Fast 15. I don't
See,
care.
stop. See, stop. You're that's ignorant. That's ignorant, Mark. You can't be ignorant on this show.
Look, dude. All right.
That's ignorant, Mark.
Obviously, I'm not in the fucking business, okay? But WrestleMania is gonna make the money regardless if The Rock and Roman Reigns fight each other or not. WrestleMania is WrestleMania. WrestleMania always cleans up. WrestleMania always has the viewers. WrestleMania always has a ridiculous freaking 2 night shit now, apparently. They're going to clean it up whether The Rock is there or not. So why not book The Rock and fucking Roman Reigns at Royal Rumble and elevate Royal Rumble even more and make the money there? And then you got two ridiculously high grossing pay per views.
Yeah.
That's how I would do it in a business standpoint right there.
Well, that's just like my friend Anthony here says, Rock and Roman with no title. It's nice to think that that's going to happen, but
I could agree with Chase on this one right here. That's not gonna happen.
yeah,
It's not gonna
it's
be
not going
no
to happen.
title. It's gonna be with a
Like I
title.
said, if Dwayne Johnson calls Vince McMahon and says, pencil me in, me and Roman for WrestleMania, It happens with the title. You want proof? Let's go back to 2017, WrestleMania 33, with Goldberg and Lesnar. It should have been Jericho and KO for the Universal Championship at that pay per view, and because Goldberg and Lesnar had their thing going, Vince was like, "Oh, we this needs the title." So Seth cashes in, but the cash doesn't always mean he takes both titles. I would love to sit here and talk because that's the other thing, Anthony. I'm glad you mentioned that because I've
I thought
seen
this
a
was an
lot of people.
AEW show.
Uh, I've seen a lot of people talking about taking both titles. They're unified now. They're one. So
Exactly.
so is
Allegedly,
is Roman gonna lose one of them?
he better not. Because otherwise, what was this all for?
Can we get back
Can we
to
get back to AEW? There you go, Raz. Thank you.
Yes, we
What is
can.
going on?
Because we're gonna get to a point here where
42 minutes
we're
of Roman right now.
oh, not 42, about 15. Save this for the CR Media WWE special. Agreed. Agreed. My bad. Don't say you're bad, Anthony. We do what the fuck we want over here. Don't say you're bad, man. Don't apologize. Uh, but they are not unified.
Yeah, they are technically right.
The match at the match at WrestleMania was a title unification. Is what it was billed
Exactly what it
as.
was. That's what exactly what it
So
was.
I mean, I don't know.
And
Now
so are
I've
the tag titles. The tag titles are unified too. It was a unification match.
okay.
I'm waiting for the women's titles to be unified and the rest of it. And going away with this stupid brand split bullshit. Sorry, I hate that shit. Hate it. Hate it. Always have, always will. Hated the Raw versus SmackDown. Hated the freaking draft, splitting up teams for no apparent reason. You have two tag team champions, tag team champion, not anymore, but you had two tag team champions with three fucking tag teams on each show. Don't get me started.
So, anyways, so after the whole thing with Jade, uh, the Young Bucks cut a promo, um, and in the promo, they talked about them not having anybody around to help them, and kept talking. Also mentioned that they're going to have a match on Rampage. However, Matt made a comment that they could call somebody. Do you think they were implying that somebody was Hangman?
What makes you say that?
Because the Elite.
So, Omega?
So Omega's not ready yet.
You talked to him yesterday?
I did, man. He called me and let me know.
Yeah?
Yeah,
Dude,
because I was so upset. I was
they
like,
said
Kenny,
he was
I was like,
supposed to
Kenny,
come
why
back.
were you not? Why were you not at Forbidden Door?
Oh, dude, I was freaking fuming.
Like seriously.
Fuming.
And then
He
he
should have
he
dropped a
told me
promo,
he
just a
told me he
tease.
said he said Chase, listen,
Oh,
dude.
oh,
He's
okay.
like, I'm hurt, man. He's like, I can't. Like
He was
that's
supposed to be back in the
yeah.
summer. It is summer.
Well,
When is he gonna come back? End of
sometimes
summer, midsummer, next? Like,
hey, some people heal differently, Mark. Some people heal differently.
yeah, they all
So
can't be Chris Jericho.
Anthony brings up a good point. I think this is a great time in the part of the show where we go ahead and we send out the invites for people to come on the show to kind of jump into the conversation, kind of rehash what we've talked about, and then we all, as a collective group,
I got
can
supporters of
break
Omega,
down.
by the way. Just saying.
Uh,
A couple people say Omega. I just want to throw that in. I'm sorry. I apologize. Go proceed.
anyways, and then we all, as a collective community, can break down Blood and Guts together. Um, so what I'll do, give me 1 second here. Tell your Tiki Talk group,
You tell
Mark.
them, man. They see your face. Go ahead. Let them know. Let them know
Oh
the
yeah.
deal. Let them know
Hey,
the deal.
listen, guys. If you guys want to come on the show, you've got to come to my Twitch or Mark's Twitch to get the link, because we cannot post the link in the TikTok. TikTok refuses to let me post links in lives.
Yeah, this
whatever.
is your opportunity. Come over to Pro Wrestling Kingpin Twitch or CR Media 1988 Twitch. You can come on, talk with us, say how much you love Chris Jericho and hate Chase because he's a Roman Reigns hater, or whatever else you want to say. Just come on, come talk to us. Come over to the Twitch.
I
Give me a
was wearing
shout out.
I was wearing my Roman shirt earlier today
Then why is it on right now? Just to
because
spite me?
well, no, I had a meeting with somebody for work.
The
So
Prince is here.
nice, nice, dude.
Kingpin is here.
So there's the link, guys. As you guys flood in, we'll start bringing you on screen. The link didn't post to the chat. Oh, you know why?
That only posted in the Facebook.
Nice, nice. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Give me one. Give me 1 second, guys. Give me 1 second.
He said, "Have your people contact my people." So what is going on today?
There we go, guys. Sorry about that. So yeah, man. Of course, we've got Arkham Prince in here.
For those of you in my TikTok right now, if you haven't followed Chase, go ahead and follow him on TikTok, Twitch, whatever you want to do. There he is. The Prince has arrived.
What's
How
up,
are you, sir?
What's going on?
dude? Yo, I gotta get this out of the way. My guy Claudio is all elite, dude.
That was fantastic. There was a lot of chatter online if Claudio and Kingston were gonna get along, if there was gonna be a legit situation with the two, et cetera, et cetera. Um, it looked to me like they were doing business pretty well.
Yeah,
Um, you
It
know,
should have led into a feud.
I'm sure it will at some
They
point,
were like shaking
but
hands and shit at the end of the
I'm
match.
sure I'm sure it will at some point.
Yeah. It should
But
have led
but
into a feud.
tonight, well, like I said, and that's cool if they turned it into a feud. But like I said, there was a lot of people online that were like, no, like they're like Kingston said that he was going to stab Claudio if he ever saw him again face to face. So that was like the big talk. Like, and number one, if Claudio and Kingston were going to get into a physical altercation, like a shoot, it would be backstage when the cameras aren't on. Obviously, it's not going to be the first time. Um, Anthony, no worries, man. If you come in and you just want to use your microphone and not your camera, you're more welcome to, man. I'm not gonna. It's no big deal if your camera is
All right,
jacked in.
Arkham Prince, what was your favorite night, or what was your favorite night? What was your favorite spot about tonight?
the look on Jericho's face before he entered. I have to bring that up because I've been watching Jericho since WCW. I have never seen a look like that on Jericho's face. So that shocked the shit out of me. And it was like, wow, that right there sold how crazy this match was. So I got to give it to Jericho because he sold the hell out of this match with that one look. And this is why Jericho really is one of the best. He really is. This man can sell a piece of fucking shit to anybody. The way this man sells, the way this man puts his heart into wrestling is fantastic. After 30 years, this man still fucking kills it every single time. He
Absolutely,
really
man.
is phenomenal.
That's why
He
it's a go.
really is the GOAT. And you know what? I'll tell you this. I've always been a fan of Jericho, always, especially his WCW days. And then him coming into WWF, defeating two of the biggest legends in one night to become undisputed champion. This man, you cannot take nothing away from Chris Jericho. You can't. You got to give this man the props that he deserves for the simple fact that he carried AEW. He carried AEW, becoming the first inaugural AEW World Champion. This man put AEW on top of the map. And it was because of Tony Khan's help. Are you shitting me? Who better to have someone like Jericho carry your company and do the stuff that he does?
One of my viewers, Hype Maintenance Queen, she says, "Say it louder for the people in the back." Go. This is a great night.
I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what, Prince. I agree with you, man.
What about that ring attire?
And I'm not gonna. Let's not talk about that ring attire. That was weird. That was goofy as hell. All right, cool. We got Anthony in here. We'll Anthony, how are you this season?
What is going
on? What's up,
Anthony?
What's going on, boys?
How are you, man? You got the setup, baby. You got the curtains,
you got a little backdrop over there.
I don't say what we're in the business. Fuck around, you know.
I love it, man.
Well,
I love it. I'm trying to get there, man. I got a spot in my garage that I'm trying to. I've got a contractor coming over to look at.
You want us to know what really happens here? This is full. I'll break kayfabe right now. I'm in a kitchen, my guys. Like my curtains, you move them. I'm in a fucking kitchen.
Oh damn!
I turned my whole shit into like if you watch old episodes of our podcast, they're like, "Oh, well, did you guys get a studio?" I'm like, "Yeah, we're next to Rogan. I'm in my kitchen." That's PVC pipe up there. That's all PVC pipes.
I'm gonna have to DM you. I'm gonna have to DM you a show because I'm here in my kitchen. I got my coffee shit all in the way and everything is getting.
Listen, you have to have a wife who's willing to give up her kitchen, and you have to have a wife who's willing to give up her kitchen table for this nonsense. Yeah, I have an amazing wife, so I'm good to go.
Yeah, I was gonna say my wife is extremely supportive, extremely.
My fiance is too, but
more supportive than.
All right, so real quick, I am new to StreamYard, to Restream. How do I see like the community chat?
You can't see the chat?
It just says private chat for me.
Yeah, I don't know. I've never been a guest. So.
Oh, okay. All right, never mind. So if someone says something cool, just tell me.
Yeah, no, we'll show it on the screen.
You guys got my fingers cramped up. I was typing so damn much.
So Arkham Prince, what I wanted to tell you, man, before we brought Anthony in here, not
recently banned on TikTok, Anthony, too, by the way.
Whoa, are you serious?
Yeah, so when you're on TikTok, you can't tell people to go view other people's stuff or follow them. Like if you're like, "Hey, help my boy Arkham, he's trying to hit 1,000," banned. That's what happens.
Are you kidding? I do it all the time.
That's what I got banned for.
Pretty much every video I post, I fucking tell people.
See, a video is fine, but when you're live and you do it, that's where they get you.
I get banned or I get like a restriction.
I got a restriction. I can't go live anymore. They told me I can't go live till the 6th.
I'm about to test this shit. Everybody that's in my stream right now,
go follow Tornado Tag Podcast.
PR Media. Go follow Arkham Prince on TikTok. Go follow all my boys here right now. Everyone, go follow each other. If you're in here, we're talking wrestling.
Yeah, that's what happened to me. TikTok, he's gonna disappear in a minute. Just say bye. See you later, Mark.
We're about to test this shit. I don't care.
I'll tell you this: TikTok gets very butthurt. It's like, dude, TikTok is PG to the fullest. It's like that's why I don't go live, because I'll say something stupid and I'll get myself banned. Or if someone comes into the live and talks shit about wrestling, I sit there. I get uptight about it. Really, I don't like nobody down talking wrestling, especially if you're not a fan of wrestling. If you're a fan, cool, whatever. Talk about the product in a negative way, whatever. If you're an outsider, do not come into my live and shit on what I've been in love with for almost 30 years. And I will get myself banned constantly if anyone shits on wrestling. I'm very passionate. Wrestling has saved my life just by watching it. Wrestling has saved my life multiple times in every single way, shape, and form. You shit on wrestling, that's shitting on my kids. Legit. I'm a diehard wrestling fan.
It just got deep up in here.
So yeah, and I'm trying to get paid off this industry. So yeah, don't tear it down.
I'll tell you this:
your boy's making the rounds.
I'll do this for free. Forget the money. I don't want the money. Take the money. You split the money up between everybody else. Let me talk about wrestling. I don't care about the money. Fuck the money. I want to talk about wrestling, and I'll do this shit for free.
All right then.
I'm very passionate about wrestling. It's
So when they drop money in your TikTok after you did a commentary show, it feels cool. I'm not gonna lie.
No, I agree. I agree most definitely.
Just an update for everyone, especially for real Josh over there. I'm still live.
Yo, boys.
You got lucky.
Hello, mate.
What's going on?
How's it going?
Yo, what's up, Scotty?
Yo, the beard game has been elevated, ladies and gentlemen. Look at that thing.
Yeah.
Thank you. How are we all doing?
What match are we on?
So we just finished talking about that Young Bucks promo. What do y'all? Who do y'all think? Who do y'all?
Oh,
think
I
got
said in the
bomb?
chat real quick. Kenny was just on a show. Someone clipped it, and he said that his recovery for this injury has been hell. And he said that this setback really messed him up mentally, and he doesn't know if he can physically go through another recovery if he has a major setback like this again. So like he's in a real dark spot right now with this recovery.
Shit.
That if it happens again, we may never like this might be the end. Like not saying this injury will be the end, but this recovery process for him was very, very, very painful.
That is not fucking good.
Fuck.
Yeah.
No.
That just pissed me off.
I wholeheartedly expect Kenny to be out for a while. So with Kenny off the table, what is everybody's I don't think it'll turn into anything, but when he made that
my dream right here, because technically the Bucks are still part of Bullet Club, and I have a buddy of mine who's in the Bullet Club right now. So how dope would it be getting the 2-time X Division champion to team up with the Young Bucks and Ace motherfucking Austin?
Austin, huh? Damn.
That would be pretty fucking awesome.
Real quick, so in my chat right now, we got a little compliment here. It says we're all starting to look like a real powerful stable right now. So actually, that's pretty good. That's pretty dope.
Oh yeah,
Pretty dope.
Yo, fat Adam Cole right here, baby.
Yep.
I'll bust
obese Samoa Joe.
Okay.
Two short prints right here. 5'4".
Two
I'm
short
5'4",
prints.
you can't teach that.
If someone took the DNA of Adam Cole and Kevin Owens and put him in a vial and then inserted him into Wahlberg's sister, that would be me.
I'm not gonna lie.
Wow.
Yeah.
I can see that.
Wow. That'll be on TikTok tomorrow, Anthony. Because
You're one of the Usos.
Yeah.
that is the most accurate shit I've ever heard.
I walked in with all my.
Another question for our new stable: who turns first?
Oh, me. Oh God. I'm a wild card, man. You can't trust me.
I'm too reliable. Yeah.
I mean, I am the king.
I'd be the Bob. I would be the Roddy in the in the Undisputed Era. I'd be. I'll be wearing. That you all turned on each other.
I'll be wearing stupid suits in a week and laughing like I'm an idiot. That's all.
Just don't agree to shave your head and go by Butch.
Oh, I did. I shaved my head once. My wife got really upset with me.
Oh God. All right. So who do you guys think? So we got Ace Austin. Who else?
I don't think Ace Austin's a real thing, but that would be cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
So who's your real thing? Hangman. We're going Hangman.
Who are they going against?
They're going against
whoever they choose.
They're wrestling Chaos on Rampage, but they had mentioned that all their buddies were injured and that they don't have anybody to rely on. And then that's when Matt was like, "Well, we do have, but." And he kind of sped past it. So
if it's Chaos and it's a New Japan staple, I can see someone from Bullet Club. I'll still lay on the Bullet Club line, but I'm not saying it's Ace Austin. I'll probably be Switchblade because I think right now we definitely have a full disparage between the Red Dragon and Adam Cole and Bullet Club. I think Adam Cole has definitely laid that line in the sand that he's on his own. He's with Red Dragon now. At least it would only make sense that way.
What if we get a real big twist and we get GOD?
Maybe
that would be awesome. That would
Bring in
be.
Tama. Bring in Tama.
I think God is more believable than the Briscoes. Everyone's like, the Briscoes are coming. I'm like, they have some PR work to do still.
So I was going to say Tony Khan's not going to bring in the Briscoes, man. Because
No.
they would have done it already.
You
Yeah.
talking about Camacho?
Especially when they
Bringing
fought
Camacho?
FTR.
Mhm.
I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think as much as I want them to bring the Briscoes, there's no way. 'Cause just like you hit it on the nose with the PR stuff, like I don't know, man. I don't know
Agreed.
if that's gonna. Yeah.
PR does not work in their favor.
No, 100%.
I mean, they have a lot of very open and people in the prod community who have came out and like got on their team and said like, hey, they made a mistake. They said what they said, but they have changed their stance since, and a lot of people have co-signed for them. But it's hard to do that when you set such a precedent that you can't do or say certain things, or you can't be here, and then you get rid of people like Brian Kendricks, who literally got drunk and high in a podcast and just said some controversially conspiracy theories. You know what I mean? And he even said, like, I'm an idiot. I don't know why I did that. I was on a podcast. I was trying to be entertaining. I was misinformed. I believed dumb things. But like FTR, I mean, Briscoes went way overboard on their stances. You know what I mean? Way worse than what he did, you know? It's it's tough, man. When you set a bar really, really high, and then you're like, hey, the Briscoes can come in, then everyone's like, wait a second. You know? Yeah.
Like, I don't know about that one.
Yeah.
I just noticed, Anthony got an Athena shirt right
Oh,
now.
yes, I do. Dude, I am a pro wrestling t-shirt junkie. I probably am sitting around 200 to 300 pro wrestling t-shirts, and half of them are independent stars.
Nice.
I've seen
I
collection of
might
shirts
give
that
you a little
got.
run for your money there, Anthony.
Really?
Yeah, maybe you and I should have like a TikTok battle of shirts daily.
Well, here's a problem too. I do like my hard t-shirts, and I have a big Fright Rag collection, so I kind of swap between days.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But I have a lot. I've been trying to make videos every day on TikTok. Like when I do wear a wrestling shirt, I post it. But
Okay.
yeah, I got a lot.
See, I got a collection, but I'm getting them from the bloody pro wrestling crates.
Yeah, I have the crates too. So that doubles every month. I get 2 t-shirts from them on top of the ones I order at every independent show. Or I go to an independent show and someone's like, I seen you on the podcast. Take one of my shirts, wear it one day. Like, yeah, it's crazy.
Hey, that's pretty dope though,
Yeah, it's
wear
really
my
cool.
shirt. It's awesome.
By the
Yeah,
way, Anthony
sorry,
and Arkin, Mark and Chase know this, but I'm in Australia. Out my fucking window, it is bright as fuck right now. So
I love what time is it there for you? It's got to be like super early in the morning, right?
no, it's 1:20 in the afternoon.
Oh, okay, that's not terrible. Well, that's pretty dope that you're from Australia. There how is the independent wrestling scene in Australia?
It's getting a lot better. It went stagnant for a few years, but it's definitely picking up. We've got a fair few independents here in Melbourne and a couple in Adelaide. Not too sure about Sydney, but I know Melbourne and Adelaide are definitely picking up their quality with
That's
regards
dope.
to the independents.
I did a Buddy Murphy match one time. I commentated a Buddy Murphy match.
Oh, nice, man.
It's close as Australia. Close to Australia I ever got. Sorry, I derailed your show.
Scott, you gonna make it for the I-70 hot tag tomorrow night?
I'm going to try. I have to work, but I'm going to try.
Okay, no worries, man.
I'm keen to see Luigi.
Yeah, well, we're super excited to have Luigi on.
But I'll try and make it for you, man. I can't promise this one though.
No, like I said, man, no worries. So, Blood and Guts, guys. What did y'all think? Arkham, what did you think, man?
I'll tell you this. It was definitely. I think it was better than the last one. This was definitely top tier. You had 2 of the best things. You had JAS going up against Blackpool Combat Club. Let me tell you, these guys killed it. The entertainers got their ass whooped, but they also did a bang up job. They really did. But one of my favorite spots was seeing one of my personal favorite wrestlers getting tossed off. I'm like, that's what the fuck you get for joining JAS. You son of a bitch.
All right, so tell me, who's your favorite JAS member and why is it Daddy Magic?
No, I got it with that Daddy Magic.
Dude, he is awesome. If you are a Daddy Magic hater, get out. That guy is gold. Enjoy.
Yo,
Fun fact: the guy you do commentary with at a few shows, he was part of a state, like he was put with them like as their like twin brother. So like his independent run was with those two guys when they were on the independent scene, and they were the Glad Bad brothers. Yeah, Daddy Magic is gold. He's so he's
really
so
is.
entertaining.
I will give him that, and he fits in with JS. And dude, I mean, come on, his voice plays right before Jericho's music hits. How awesome is that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
In real
Like,
life,
I mean-
the person who should be the most appreciative is Chris Jericho, is Jake Hager, because if that guy wasn't 6 foot tall, his personality is not taking him anywhere.
Oh,
Absolutely not.
His charisma is like a 0.
Mr. Lisp.
What about Ty trying to fucking squeeze in the alcohol bottle, like and it starts squirting at Jericho? Like, what the fuck was that? Squeezing it.
Dude, her screaming was a nice touch. Every single time Sammy got fucked up and she's like screaming bloody murder for her future husband, like it was gold. I love it.
So did we just have our first female enter the BCC?
Kind of.
With Ruby.
Yeah, with Ruby.
Please give me that. That's fantastic.
Yeah, Ruby beat that
I
ass.
wouldn't be surprised, actually. I wouldn't be surprised. It could work.
If you only know Ruby from WWE and didn't follow her on the independent scene, like in Chikara and everything else, she's done death matches with dudes. Like, she's a psychopath, and she's absolutely fantastic. Yeah.
Yeah,
she's another one on the Northeast wrestling scene that's been killing it for a long, long time.
When she entered NXT, I went and looked her stuff up and whatnot, and she had killer matches with dudes.
Yeah.
In fact, it was her who introduced me more to the independent scene of, intergender matches.
Yeah. So. Yeah. So one of my co-hosts on the show, Andy Hedder, he's been wrestling for a long time, and he trained out of Chikara, which was like a really, really gimmicky, over the top company out of Pennsylvania, and a lot of people came out of there. And his head trainer when he was at Chikara was Claudio, so he was trained by Claudio.
Nice.
Yeah, like if you look at the old Chikara roster, like Brody was there for a while. Mox did some stuff. Kingston, Claudio, Ruby was there for a while. Eddie King, like I think I said, Eddie Kingston was there. Bryce Remsbrant was there for there's the 2.0 or the Acclaimed. They came out of Chikara. So there's a not Trent. Best friends. Orange Cassidy was in Chikara. Like, there's a huge chunk of that Chikara roster who are on AEW that all came from like the Pennsylvania, New Jersey, New York like circuit. It's so cool to see. I
was watching on YouTube the history of Eddie Kingston and Claudio in Chikara.
Yeah, it's awesome. Yeah, dude, Chikara was a fun time.
Did a whole package thing, and they got the years, like the seasons, wrong, but apparently, yeah, there was a massive, like, it was supposed to be the reason Eddie's pissed is because Claudio didn't put him over at the end of it all.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's some cool stuff. It is all. Once again, if you guys are really into like the independent scene or you're trying to get better with it, IWTV is where you need to be. It's like $10 a month, and there's so much good content on there, and it's from all over the world. Like there's companies from like England and stuff on there too. It's a really cool service. It's like Netflix but for independent wrestling. You just scroll through and you look at some of the main event titles, and some of the main events are like Moss Islamovich and like all these like names that are in companies but still doing independent work, but they're like the main event roster shows. Like, it's really fun.
Yep. Agreed.
Hey,
yeah, definitely. IWTV was a lifesaver when I started like getting back into independent professional wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, it's awesome. Definitely check it out if you're looking for it, especially if you want to learn. Like for you, Scotty, if you want to see more stuff in the States, it's a great way to see a lot of talent. And there's matches on there. Like I was part of the 100th independent wrestling television show. Like I helped with production. So I watched Daniel Garcia and Wheeler Yuta go an hour in the H2O Center, and it was hot as balls. And they just they tore the house down. And their championship is recognized as a world championship now.
Oh, nice, man.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Speaking of Wheeler Yuta, um, I would give high praise to Wheeler Yuta because he has embraced this Blackpool Combat Club thing so well. When he before he went in there, he was kind of like, I wouldn't say shy and timid almost, but it you could
He
tell he
wouldn't
needed
stand
something.
up.
Yeah, you could tell he needed something to let him out of that shell.
Yeah.
And the Blackpool Combat Club has done well for him.
It's elevated him greatly.
Yeah. Well,
Like,
these stables,
It's made me a fan. Like,
Yeah.
it's
both of these
unbelievable.
stables are designed to have a majority of, for the most part, legends. And there's two guys in each stable who are going to be the future of professional wrestling, and that's Daniel Garcia and Wheeler Yuta. They are both going to be guys that we're going to be talking about for the next 20 years.
Agreed. Daniel Garcia is
Great.
What's your
yeah,
opinion
he's
on Sammy?
phenomenal.
On what?
What's your opinion on Sammy?
Sammy Guevara.
Yeah.
I think Sammy Guevara is very talented with athleticism. Like, so here's the thing. I think a lot of people get caught up in, hey, I can jump off really high things and that makes me a good professional wrestler. I'm not in that boat. A lot of it comes down to ring psychology. And I think like Sammy and Darby have a hard time with that. Where Jungle Boy, I think, does really good psychology. He just can't talk in a mic. So, like, even this whole thing with them breaking them off, this is Jungle Boy's time to put up or shut up. Like, you need to get good or figure something out.
Exactly. That's exactly what I was saying earlier. Like, it's just like, what does he do now? So now you don't have Christian as that mouthpiece, and now he's gonna have to literally step up.
Yeah,
Because
I
now
think
he's not-
Sammy's a fantastic
Yeah.
heel, and I think his heel work will help him have a very, very long career. I fear for Darby, and I think like people are one day he's going to paralyze himself on national TV, and people are like, well, why would you let him do that? Like, because you've been cheering him on for 8 years for doing it. Like, his whole career is based on, because that's the only thing that gets him a reaction.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
True.
Agreed.
For me, I'm someone who loves gimmicks. I love the stupidest stuff in professional wrestling. I think wrestling is a variety show and it's a movie, and you need your breaks of seriousness, comedy, and everything else. But it's hard for me, like when people are like, I don't see such and such and such as a world champion, but I can't wait for Darby Allin to be world. He's 113 pounds. Like I just don't see him as a viable competitor.
I don't
So
see
you-
it either. I love
So you
I love
feel-
Darby though, but I don't see that happening either. I think he's just gonna be a mainstay in the mid card.
Yeah,
You
and
know?
that's fine.
Definitely agree.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's fine.
But-
You could have a fantastic career in the mid card and be remembered for that forever. But
Mhm.
being world
Anthony,
champion,
you
he's
said-
not. There's no way he's going to be AEW world champion.
Oh hell no. But Anthony, you said you're a stickler for ring psychology and ring work and storytelling in the ring.
I prefer it. Yeah, I like it. But
Who
I
do
like
you-
what for once. I also do like really dumb gimmicky shit too. So I'm like,
Who do you,
I don't.
who do you think pulls it off the best in the big three? We'll go the big three, that being WWE, AEW, and New Japan.
Well, the best all around professional wrestler in the world right now is Daniel Bryan, and it's not even close. That would just be
But
my
who
take.
tells the story the best in the ring?
Daniel Bryan.
Where do you put Jay White on that?
Jay White.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be completely honest. I don't watch a lot of New Japan, so that like him kind of coming over and getting Impact and American Time is the first time for me to really watch him. I think he's very, very good though. From what I've seen, he's insanely talented. I think. Oh well, I'm also a huge Adam Cole fan. I think Adam Cole fits that bill. But the only thing with Adam Cole that drives me absolutely bonkers is it takes him 14 times with his one finisher to finish a match. Like when Cody hits 13 and a half crossroads. It's like, why? You need a new finisher, my dude. That takes too many. Like Adam Cole's in the same boat. Like Adam Cole has to hit you 14 times as a knee. Then he has to get real serious and drop his knee pad. And then he throws 14 super kicks and does 13 Canadian destroyers. It's like some of those finishers need to end the match. And false finishes are fun, but it's just too much sometimes.
If you get the chance, go back and watch White versus Okada from Wrestle Kingdom.
Another guy who's fairly fantastic. We don't see him a lot on TV, but he's probably, in another opinion for me, one of the top in the world is Jay Lethal.
Definitely,
hell
Jay
yeah.
Lethal is
Hell yeah,
top
dude.
10. Look at his TNA run. I mean, this man could do it all. And when he does face Samoa Joe, there's a big chance that he will take that title back. And
He's
you
going
know
to.
what?
He is
He
going to
will.
100%.
And I can't wait. I mean, Jay Lethal, Samoa Joe, top tier. When they get in the ring together, forget about it. It's fucking phenomenal. But hands down, Jay Lethal will be the next champ.
Can I tell
And
one quick Jay Lethal story? I don't want to derail too much.
Sure.
So Jay Lethal came to an independent show that we work, and when he showed up, he did a seminar for the students that were there. He did like an hour and a half seminar and chain wrestled every single student one-on-one for like 10 to 15 minutes each kid. So like imagine you're new in the business and you're just like, yeah, how was training today? Oh, I chain wrestled Jay Lethal for 12 minutes. And he did it with every single student. Went in the back and did a quick towel off, came out and did a meet and greet, then left the meet and greet, went back to the promo room and helped every single talent there with their promos, said hi to everybody, didn't segregate himself in the locker room, went over and watched everyone's match and gave them pointers. Then I went out and did a match and went right back to Gorilla and helped every single person out that locker room. Jay White came in and could have coasted because of his accomplishments in pro wrestling, but he went to an independent show in nowhere, Pennsylvania, and made sure that every single person that left there with a piece of him and helping the business along the way. That dude will always have my respect.
That shows that he loves the business, and
Yeah.
he's not someone that's just in it for the paycheck. He loves.
Jay White is a goat.
You mean Jay Lethal?
Jay Lethal is a goat. Yeah, sorry, I'm looking at you with the hair, and I got all confused. You know,
And the accent.
and the accent.
I did the same
you threw
thing.
me off, man. You threw me off.
I will. I love Jay Lethal. Always have. Whether he's working as Jay Lethal, whether he's working as Black Machismo, whether he's working copying Ric Flair, it doesn't matter. Jay Lethal is all around awesome.
Yeah,
Jay White,
awesome. And he's taking that title away from Samoa.
He is the embodiment of ROH. When everyone left, he stayed. The only time he left ROH is when he was forced to, and then he went to TNA, and he was like, "I want to go back to ROH." Like he is the lifeblood of ROH.
I agree. Jay White. What I will say about Jay White is after he won the IWGP Championship, that promo he cut was one of the best promos of the year. They showed it quite a bit during the build up to Forbidden Door. If you get an opportunity to watch the whole thing, it's
all
it's
about
fantastic.
him saying how
Yeah.
without him there's no AEW and all that. Yeah.
Well, we just did the history of Tanahashi like on our podcast leading up to Forbidden Door, and like the whole Tanahashi Okada like wrestled 150 times and flip flopped the belt, but he can never beat him in the super like the whatever the Superdome whatever it's called. But like if you look at Jay White's span, just from like I said, I didn't see matches, but I just know what happens. He has done so much in such a short time in the New Japan roster. And
Absolutely.
to be an outsider, like be a Joshi or whatever they call him, his resume has built tremendously fast in such a short time.
Agreed.
Yeah.
So to take that back, because I made a comment earlier to Mark. Can anybody explain to me what the fuck the Jericho Appreciation Society was wearing?
Yes.
Go ahead.
Yeah, the greatest ring attire that ever graced this earth.
It was cool.
That boy band uniform that they wore, the boy band uniform.
This is a non-landed Jericho discussion, gentlemen.
It was a Saturday night at a gay club.
You're very close. My take, it's a blood version of a Clockwork Orange spoof.
Ooh.
Because they did the whole white one. They did all a white version, which was like the Clockwork Orange, but now it's blood and guts, so they went all red.
Yeah.
Like the whole table was supposed to look like Clockwork Orange.
My wife was very confused when she heard me downstairs singing "I Want It That Way" by Backstreet.
Yeah, they're looking for a boy band look, like a psychotic boy band look, and that's the perfect way to describe Clockwork Orange, where they all dress like a boy band, but
they're pulling it off, man.
Yeah,
Captain
they're killing
it.
Yeah,
Jericho can do no wrong, man.
I have one complaint about the entrance is
thank you, sir.
If you're part of a stable, right? If you're part of a stable and we're all a stable, right?
Right.
And the music hits and we all come out, but then I wait and come out by myself to my own music. I don't think that represents a stable very well.
What's our theme?
So you're saying that they shouldn't?
I think John Moxley should have came out with his team.
I think
What's
so
our
too.
theme? If we're a stable, what's our theme?
Because they all
They
all
don't
come out separately though. They all come out separately.
They all should have came out. If they all, I know they're trying to put
Executed.
Claudio over, so they wanted
Right.
to put Claudio's music out and get his music more recognized with the audience, and I get that. But at this point in time, Claudio with everybody and then Moxley by himself just didn't look like a unified team. I think they all should have came out to Moxley's song together.
I mean, they
Well,
usually
they're
don't.
best friends.
I agree with you on that, but they usually don't even come out like that. You know, when Bryan Danielson was there, everyone came out with their own music just because.
Yeah, I hate that. I think
Yeah,
it's,
I agree with you. I really agree with you. I hate when teams come out in their own music. It drives me nuts.
it's hard to buy into your stable when you don't treat it like a stable.
Exactly.
Especially in a situation like War Games, Blood and Guts, whatever.
Exactly.
In a situation like that, it would have shown better unison if they all came out together.
That
The only-
goes to show
when
you
I- when
that
I see
Jericho's
that- Yeah, when I go to see that, it just really makes me think that this stable is not long for a future. Like, it doesn't have a long future.
I could agree.
I mean, I remember. So as much as I love Jericho, right? Okay, all jokes aside. So if you guys remember in the early days of the Inner Circle, they all came out to a song that was not Judas, and they all came out
Yeah.
together.
Mhm.
And that only, from what I remember, only happened like once.
Yeah.
And then they started coming out to Jericho's music, which obviously, yeah, Jericho's it's a popular song. It gets with the fans and everything, but that kind of drove me nuts too. Even though I love Jericho, when that specific faction has their specific music, it makes it more believable. So I'm on your side on that. Like,
But
it
the
makes
inner
it
circle
big.
was built to be Jericho's inner
Well,
circle.
yeah, right.
I
of
can
course.
see them all coming out to a Jericho song.
Right. I mean, I get that, but it's just like to have that music hit for the first time, and then they just stopped it and went back to Jericho. It still kind of drive me nuts. Even though
Yeah.
I get the move, it's just like it's just across the board when they never came out, and I feel like that part of with the Pinnacle had their own theme music too, and they never came out together. It's like that faction just broke up just like out of nowhere and kind of quietly, to be honest.
Mhm.
Like, there wasn't like
Yeah.
a whole. It just never got off. Like, I feel like music
It wasn't
helps
like
that
how
with you.
the Inner Circle broke up, really, and I'm kind of surprised, but at the same time, I'm glad the Pinnacle broke up the way they did. I just wish they gave us something like what happened. Here we are 1 week watching the Pinnacle.
FTR's like, F this, we're out. We're too big for this stable.
Fuck yeah, dude.
We got shit to do.
FTR should have never been part of the Pinnacle for the simple fact that, in my opinion, FTR does way better when it's just them two. I love the focus that they get, and I'm not complaining that they were in the Pinnacle at all. I enjoyed it, but FTR as just them two, they do even better. They communicate so well together in the ring. You can tell that they do not miss a beat, and when you add extra people around them, in my opinion, it kind of takes the spotlight off them a little bit and then throws it on to them as a faction. So FTR, either way, they kill it no matter what.
After
my
that
opinion-
pay-per-view, I'm sorry, I thought you were done. There's a little delay. Go ahead.
No, that's okay. You're good. You're good.
During
You
that
can-
pay-per-view, as soon as Claudio music hit, I literally was logging on to Pro Wrestling Tees and ordered the t-shirt. And I was like, oh, while I'm here, FTR 7 stars cart.
Yeah. Agreed.
I live 10 minutes away from that shop, dude.
Do you really?
Yeah, so if you
Oh,
ever need
well,
some-
then I'm going to fucking order and have you pick it up and then ship it to me so I have to pay $15 shipping every time.
yeah, dude.
It's not really $15, but it's...
$15. $15 fucking dollars. Man.
Yeah, that's right. You're across, you're like halfway. They have to like rocket
It's like
shift that to you.
$300 fucking delivery.
Yeah. It's the only problem with that website that annoys me is the shipping's too much. I think they're making enough money they can throw free shipping in every now and then.
Right.
I was wondering-
Did anybody get the vibe that CM Punk and FTR were kind of gonna form their own little faction.
I think
Yeah.
it's still in the works.
I hope so.
They were trying for it.
It definitely looked like that was what it was heading towards.
CM Punk's gonna need something to fall back on once he loses his title.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Oh, that's when that team comes together. Punk and FTR. That's where that comes together, and Moxley and CM Punk will definitely have a top notch match. But I mean, that match doesn't even like we could talk all day. This is how it's gonna end, and I'll tell you this honestly, I see Moxley coming out on top. CM Punk giving up a great match, but Moxley wins hands down. Moxley is gonna go above and beyond, and he's gonna bring out fucking forks, butter knife, spoons. He's gonna bring out a fucking cheese grater. He's gonna bring out an ice cream scoop and give him a fish hook and take an actual fish hook, put it in the other cheek, and then he's gonna have him smile and say cheese before he hits him with the fucking elbow to the neck and then chokes him out. And there you go. That's how Moxley wins, straight up.
Arkham Gage over here.
Right?
Oh yeah. Dude, I love. You know what? People complain. A lot of people complain about blood being in wrestling. If you don't like blood, change the fucking channel, because blood and wrestling go hand in hand. And if anyone disagrees, you guys have not watched fucking wrestling. At least not wrestling back in the day, because there was a hell of a lot of blood. And let me tell you, that Crimson Mask, when it showed up on screen, you knew that match was going to be 10 times better than the whole fucking card that night.
Yeah, I will say this.
Involved.
I think it's going to be a great match. I will agree with that point, but I think Moxley is too big for that title, and I think Moxley is fine in AEW, but I think he has more fun, honestly, in GCW, and him holding that AEW title slows that down. I think CM Punk retains, and I think the long-term booking here is eventually going to be CM Punk hands the title over to MJF.
I think so too. Tony Khan is like in love with CM Punk. That's why if that was going to happen, then they would have stripped Punk. Tony Khan does not want Punk to drop the title.
Yeah, and MJF is not really in beefing with his boss. Just sorry to tell you, Santa's not real wrestling fans, but the MJF thing is not real.
MJF is totally real, man. But yeah, Tony Khan is he fucking loves CM Punk. He didn't want him to drop the championship. He's gonna retain once he's ready to fight against Jon Moxley, and CM Punk, like he said, will drop eventually to MJF. They will have that rematch down the road, and MJF's gonna take it off the Golden Boy for Tony Khan. That's what's gonna happen. And
he's gonna be the champion who shits on the company. You have to pay me. I own your title. Yes, you better pay me. I have your title.
It's the summer of Punk all over again.
Yeah,
well, that's exactly
literally what it is. They've been the whole blueprint. The whole blueprint has been exactly what CM Punk did in every company he was in, and now it's happening to CM Punk with somebody else.
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, and since Punk has came back, he has made fantastic little nods to previous matches, previous feuds, previous run-ins. I don't see this one playing out any different.
Mm-hmm.
So
there's two long-term storyline booking right now happening in wrestling, and I know you're talking about the Roman thing. I'm not going to dive back into it, but it's going to be Cody beats Seth for a title, MJF beats CM Punk for a title.
Wait, because Cody beat who for a title?
Seth, because they had the 0-3. I know it sounds stupid, but Seth's like, I'm the champion. Ha 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 ha.
Seth hasn't won on a premium event. And I don't know how long.
I'm very well aware.
Jobbing it out, bro.
Do you remember how many times Daniel Bryan jobbed in WWE before he got his title? He went on almost a 1.5 losing streak and then became the Universal Champion. That's how WWE books their stuff. You go on a giant downswing and then you get a title. But the whole thing is you go on your downswing, and then the guy who you've never beaten is the guy who takes it back off.
Since we're talking about it, then, so who beats Roman Reigns then? You're gonna say Seth beats Roman Reigns?
I think Seth uses this cash in.
So Seth Rollins is the Money in the Bank, and that's how he wins.
Hands down.
Like I said,
I don't want to go too far because I don't want to turn into a WWE. But the long-term booking is MJF beats CM Punk. Like that's the two stories you have going on right now.
Chase, we're gonna have to have a WWE show, dude.
That's
Love
fine,
it.
Mark. Like I have said, I don't. CJ, what is up, man? Appreciate you coming in and joining us tonight. I do not disagree with. I am not opposed, nor do I disagree with Cody winning it, Seth winning it, whatever. I just simply stated the idea that The Rock would come back and wrestle at Royal Rumble and not WrestleMania was asinine.
Yeah, it's a mania. They literally teased it on Young Rock. They said on Young Rock, we're gonna wrestle someday, kid, but that's saved for WrestleMania. Like they've been, it's teasing.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you. It was foreshadowed.
Yeah, and the thing is too is the two best stars in your company right now, especially if you have Roman go away for a while, because especially if you're a heel, that heel heat where you're like a part timer and you never show up, that's going to be the Roman role soon, because that's what they did for Brock and it launched a superstar. Unfortunately, that superstar was Drew McIntyre, and a pandemic happened, so it all went for nothing. But your whole thing right now is once Cody gets a title, is you keep Cody and Roman away for each other for a while, because then that's your next big money match is when they finally collide.
Okay.
100%. 100% agree.
1,000%.
Yeah.
Had to one up me, didn't you, Chase?
Hey, Chase, CJ wants to know if there's room for one more.
Absolutely, man. I can have up to 10 people. Let's
have a fucking rumble here, man.
Yeah. I pay $50. I pay $50 a month for this program. So
I was gonna switch to Restream, and I tried it for a week, or no, literally 15 minutes, and I preferred the StreamYard. I
had StreamYard, and I was not a fan. And Restream had a promotion going on. The reason why, Anthony, was because I grew up in Kansas City. I live in Missouri. I'm a huge Chiefs fan. That's what got me started on Restream. I co-host a show about the Chiefs.
Good for you.
We loved the idea of having the chat on the side, because we interact with the guests. And on StreamYard, you can't have a chat on screen. Yeah, you have to show the comments one by one. So
I like that, because some people say stupid stuff. I'm like, I'm not putting that up there. You have to have a good comment to get popped up in my screen.
Yeah, exactly. So, all right. So we will wait for CJ to join here.
So, Chase,
what's up?
Since I hold the belt, am I the leader?
No.
Oh, you paid for a faction.
I don't remember what was that. Was that NWO 2000 where Jarrett was clearly trying to be the leader, but like Brett was the champion.
Yeah.
That's what this is, buddy. You're Brett, and I'm Jeff.
You do get a pass though, because you're Australian. That's awesome.
Yeah. And the nameplate on the championship is Jericho. So
and I love the Iconics. So
I'm the second worst WWE champion ever.
Yeah.
The first goes to David Arquette.
Yeah.
Cool. Don't get Arkham Cage over here fired up. He'll start cutting people's throats.
Hey, I'd rather see David Arquette as champion than Roman Reigns, because at least then David Arquette will still be on TV no matter what, even if it is just to promote his his movie.
Yeah. Anyways,
I'm sorry, but can I just say one thing real quick, media, if you don't mind?
Yeah. No, you're good, man.
I love this.
Roman Reigns would be one of the best right now. I mean, gimmick and character wise, he is right now. I will give him that much. He would be even better. And I get it, he's a heel, but it'd be even better to see an actual fucking champion. Dude, you are the face of the fucking company. How are you the face of the company, but yet you want 10, 20, 30 weeks off? Like, dude, what the hell? You know what?
Don't you love Brock Lesnar, Prince?
I fucking I'm the same way about Brock Lesnar, yo. If you're the main fucking champion of a $1 billion fucking company, you put your ass on that screen no matter what, whether it's in a match, whether it's in a promo, whether it's backstage, no matter what the fuck it is, make your presence known.
Didn't
It's the same thing as a
Didn't
new
you and I go at it about Brock Lesnar about a year ago, or whenever I got on TikTok, and you actually were praising Brock Lesnar?
Hey,
real
listen,
quick,
listen,
real quick, just to sum this up real fast. So Roman, just real fast, he dominated the entire roster. He was the most active wrestler on the roster for the last probably 3 to 4 years, and he's been that champion that guy who has beaten every single person on the roster. The best thing for Roman's character right now, if he's going to keep retaining that title, is to step away, because if he keeps running through everybody and they do so many premium events, it ruins his thing as a champion. And the best way to get people to hate him more is him not being there without the title, because it's the easiest thing you can do in WWE programming.
Hence why Arkham has worked himself into a shoot.
Yeah,
yeah,
because that worked, my guy.
Well, and you know that Anthony brings up a great point, because
there was no one that worked more than him
to build up somebody believable, whether it's Cody, whether it's Drew, whether it's Seth, whoever it is, to build them up to make it believable if and when they beat Roman.
Yeah.
He can't be running through. He's going to run out of guys to face.
And you want to know you want to know the inside baseball reason why he's doing this title run, besides the fact that he's Roman Reigns, is because right now WWE's in a spot where there's only a handful of people that they don't own the rights to their name or them outside the company. So if they were to leave, like AJ and Brock Lesnar are always going to be AJ and Brock Lesnar. There's a few other people that have that power still. Roman's not that person. His character, Roman Reigns, everything about that character, if he were to leave and go somewhere else, WWE owns every single piece and part of it. There's one guy in the roster right now who just beat another guy in the spot roster for the longest reigning title defense. It was CM Punk, and it was beaten by Brock Lesnar. At the end of the day, that doesn't work for WWE because they don't own the rights to that character for the long term, who's the longest reigning champion. So when Roman finally dethrones Brock, that's all still now controlled by WWE. That's why every single person at NXT, that's why every single person on the roster has now had to change their name or drop the last name and keep the first name, is because they want complete creative control on every single piece of merchandise and every single piece of thing that every single talent on that roster has. And that's why Roman Reigns is going to be the longest reigning champion for a very, very long time, because that character and everything about it is owned by that company.
Yep,
while I'm not going to argue how big Adam Cole is in AEW, I could care less what anybody's thought is on that. That to me, what you just said, Anthony, like, I bring it back to the Adam Cole thing. When Adam Cole can leave WWE television with the name Adam Cole and show up on AEW or Impact with the name Adam Cole.
It's been Adam Cole's whole career.
Yeah.
That was one of the things that if he was going to re-sign to that company, he was going to have to move the main roster and no longer be Adam Cole. And he was like, I'm not doing that.
Yep.
Find examples. Adam Cole, Samoa Joe, bloody Shinsuke if he wanted to.
Yeah, there's only a handful of people right now in WWE that still own their name, and a lot of them are no longer in title pictures if you kind of take a look at it.
Yep.
Agreed.
Look, fucking even Walter changed his name.
Mm-hmm. That was part of the stipulation. You come up here and put on TV, you're no longer using the name that you use in the independent scene.
Yeah.
I will say, though, Gunther's body transformation.
They both him and his partner have been fantastic. I blew his mind with the inside baseball. Arkham, I love that guy. That guy's great.
Oh, he's
Arkham
back.
Gage.
He's back.
He will forever be known as Arkham Gage. I'm not.
Arkham Gage.
He needs to just change his handle.
Yo, you know
I'll never
what's
call
funny
him Arkham
is
Prince
that
again.
everybody started. All right, so I do a live with Too Tall Tyler every week, right? And there's a lot of people in that group that are calling me Post Malone and John Moxley and now Arkham Gage.
When I watched these two live, I thought it was a guy who just got out of jail and his parole officer doing a live because like he looks like a guy in a business suit, and then you're up there with like the teardrop, and you're like, "Let me fucking tell you," and I'm like, "Oh, this is the greatest stream ever."
Oh my god, did that just fucking happen?
Yes, it did. Click that motherfucker.
Yeah, I was like, I love this stream. This is my favorite stream. It's this guy
Click
like,
that motherfucker, Chase.
I'm a very, very fond of that professional wrestler. And you're like, let me fucking tell you about this guy. I'm like, I'm going to be here for hours. This is the best. I was like, I need to hit 1,000 on TikTok so I can join these psychos.
I do try and be entertaining as much as possible. But like I said, I wear my heart on my sleeve when it comes to wrestling.
Oh, that's why I call you Arkham Gage, because you're about as genuine and as real as it possibly can be. Because Nick Gage is not a character. That is 100% him all day long.
Damn right it is. And I'll tell you this right now. Yeah, I literally got WCW Bash at the Beach 1996. The greatest motherfucking the greatest pay-per-view ever. One of the greatest heel turns in professional wrestling ever. This day will go down in wrestling history.
I'm telling you right now, forget heel Kevin, forget Panda. They're both great content creators. In like 3 years, this guy's going to be the top of the game on TikTok. I'm promising you right now.
Yo, I love that. I love that.
That's going to be a meme. That's going to be a meme.
You're the most entertaining dude on TikTok.
Anthony, that's going to be a meme by tomorrow. I assure you, my friend.
Yeah.
I've already got Photoshop pulled up on my other screen.
I love Panda and I love Heel Kevin and I like all those people on TikTok. But dude, fucking Arkham Gage is where it's at.
I jumped in Arkham.
Just change your name, dude. Like, just do it.
I jumped in Arkham in Tyler's live the other day, and Tyler's got a white buttoned-up shirt and khaki pants on. He looks like he just left court. He looks like he just left piss testing Arkham.
Yeah, look, he just piss tested Arkham, and they were talking about wrestling the entire time. Yeah. This guy looked like he left Arkham Asylum, and then and Tyler's his parole officer.
He's got Joker tattooed above his eyebrow.
I have Joker. I have a Joker tattooed on my leg.
I got Joker tattooed on my face, on my chest. I got Joker and Harley Quinn tattooed all right there.
I 100% believe you.
I'm a diehard Joker. I'm a diehard Joker fan. I'm a diehard wrestling fan. If I'm in love with it, I tattoo it to my body.
Hell yeah. I like it.
And you know what? You know what? So I've had conversations like this with plenty of people. Whenever I go and get a tattoo, the first thing I do is when that stencil is put on, I go right to sleep right when that tattoo needle hits my skin. I go to sleep, wake up, when it's done, and I'm happy.
I'm there for the first hour. I'm like, this ain't bad. And then like my 3 hours in, I'm like, why did I fucking do this? This is awful. I hate this. I hate
Yeah,
so,
I'm actually gonna get ready to get a sleeve done.
Yeah.
I don't know if you could see it, but I got Harley Quinn tattooed right here.
No, it's a Harley. I see a Harley. I have Harley on one side of my leg and Joker on the other. But that's neither here nor there. Let's get back to. I'm sorry, I derailed. I want to interview
my
you.
bad. Yeah,
we need to do an interview. I want to interview you so bad. I need to know your whole story. Don't give it to anybody else. I call exclusive dibs on the Arkham interview.
I definitely.
Tee it up. Get some money.
Yeah,
get some money on
that. I fucking love you. You're the best.
I'll let Anthony do that because I
run 5 different podcasts, and one of them is like an interview style one-on-one thing. Yeah, I'm an idiot. I do 5 shows. I'm a psychopath. Don't be like me, kids. Stick to one.
I'm 34 years old. I'm married.
35.
I've
married.
got 3 kids.
No kids. I pull out.
Nice, me too.
My pull-out game is weak.
Mine's amazing.
Mine's not. So, I was doing 3 shows.
Yeah.
I was doing 3 shows a week, and then I was doing a podcast by myself.
3 different shows?
Yeah.
So you had every show had its own social media and multiple multimedias, and you were doing all 3?
Well, everything comes out of CR Media, but I did my Chiefs talk on Tuesday nights. I do the Dynamite show on Wednesday nights, and then we do the I-70 Hot Tag on Thursday nights.
So you have 2 wrestling-based ones.
Yeah.
Okay, so I do a wrestling, I do a craft beer review, I do a paranormal cryptid ghosty crazy one, I do an interview show, and I do like a pop culture one, like
Nice.
video
nice.
games,
Okay.
comic book, and movies. Yeah,
Okay.
Video
I
games,
used to have
comic
them
books,
all,
movies.
I used to have them all in a network, and I used to just run network one, and then people. Oh, that scared me. And then whose house is that?
It's my wife.
I thought that was Arkham's house. I was like, what? I'm like, I can't wait.
Like, what is going on over there in Arkham?
What's up, guys?
CJ.
What's going on?
What's up, CJ?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Uh,
CJ, what's up?
I made everything have its own because it was hard for people to like find everything, and like if they wanted to watch one thing. So I like probably the beginning of like late last year, I made every single podcast have its own YouTube, you own Facebook, own. So I have to run like 5 shows and then multiple social medias for each one. It's a nightmare.
Dude, I bet you like I said when you said 5 shows, I cringed.
And then every
5
weekend I'm
social
out.
medias.
Yeah. And then I'm out there doing commentary, and I'm doing everything in the wrestling business. So it's a lot going on for me. It's a lot.
I
That
bet,
takes me
man.
back to when I was running like promotions for bands and playing in a band at the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck,
It's a
that
lot.
was painful. Like trying to book your own band and then booking 20 other bands at the same time.
I ran one music festival. I will never do it again.
Yeah, it's fucked.
It's a
It
lot.
is fucked.
CJ, appreciate you joining us tonight, man. So we're talking
Are
Dynamite
you
here,
on,
brother.
are you on a Chris Benoit squat whack over there? What do you got going on?
Say that again. Sorry, I couldn't hear you.
It looks like you're hanging out in a Bowflex. What are you doing over there?
Oh no,
Don't
this
say
is
that again.
it's an actual like hammock swing.
Too soon? Too soon for Benoit jokes? It's like over 10 years now. I didn't do it. You did. Don't be mad at me.
Oh god.
It looked like he was hanging. All right. Anyway, CJ lives by me. I don't know if he'll want to admit that now. Oh, now we have 2 people holding
Oh, okay.
titles.
45 minutes.
We got a secondary champ here.
I know. This is insane. I need a title belt.
I got plenty.
Everybody's
I got
got
plenty.
championships, man.
I
That's
don't
ridiculous.
own any belts, unfortunately. That sucks. I
Oh,
need to win that. I need to win a
Well,
belt off
you
that
have
guy on
all the
TikTok.
games,
I only have one
but you
belt.
don't have any belts.
I mean, I have legit belts to hold my pants up, but I gotta win a belt off that guy on TikTok.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Heel Kevin.
No, the other guy. There's another guy that like gives belts away all the time.
Yeah, cousin
Yeah,
Charles.
yeah.
Yeah, Charles.
There's one. I just seen this one guy's promo he did, like, because he wants you to cut a promo on him or why you need the belt, and his whole thing is like, I want to give everyone in the wrestling community a belt if they can't afford one or if they don't own one. And then like some kid cut a promo and he looks like Ultimo Dragon. He has like 850 belts. He's like, I deserve that belt. I'm like, I think you got enough, my guy. Like, take a break. Let the next guy get this one.
Yeah.
Take a seat. Over here,
So,
free
so
one now.
CJ, before we break down the main event, man, what other than the main event, what was your favorite part of Dynamite?
Ooh, jeez. I honestly wasn't really into it until the main event.
Okay.
Were you smoking? It was a good show.
It was a pretty good
I
show, man. I mean,
I just wasn't into the. I just wanted the main event, and that was it.
Oh man, it set up so many good storylines.
it really did.
Yeah,
It did.
I'm into it.
It did.
Listen, anytime I get to see my girl on screen, your boy's
As I
Well,
all
said
over
in
you.
the chat, it felt like it was a season opener for some of the stuff.
Yeah. My only question is who's going for the tag titles? Because FTR's busy. Look, the Ass Boys and the Acclaimed are gonna do a little feud. There's the tag division is kind of weak right now, even though it was like the biggest tag team division in professional wrestling.
Well,
It's
technically,
I feel like
what is
it's
it?
weak only because they're kind of just focusing on the top teams that were available. Because
yeah.
What is it?
I
Technically,
mean, Private
Darby
Party is
King
very
is a-
entertaining. Like, I don't, the Bush and the Blade are good. Like,
Yeah, but half those guys are all stuck in stables and they haven't been treated as a legit tag team, so you forget about them.
Exactly.
Technically,
my
Darby
point.
and Sting are on the top of the rankings in that regard.
Oh, I'm gonna throw up if they win tag team titles.
But
I don't think they will.
I don't want to see
They
it.
won't. They won't.
I don't want to
Jesus.
see it.
They won't.
I don't want to see Sting and Darby win tag team titles,
Fuck no.
but if you want to give me like a no holds barred match with Sting and Darby and the Young Bucks,
Dude, Jeff Hardy getting arrested ruins a lot because that was supposed to be a Hardy Boys run right now,
Blame
Yeah,
Cody
it
for
was.
that.
and it was supposed to be a Hardy Boys Young Bucks feud.
But I mean, you could do House of Black. You can do. I mean,
You know what I want to see?
I really
You know what
want
I'd
the
love to
varsity
see?
bronze, the varsity blondes to get pushed a little bit, but
Yeah, what I would love to see, but it seems like the team is starting to maybe possibly fizzle out without us knowing, is I would love to see like maybe 10-5 or Hungy and Angels.
gone.
Like I would love to see a Dark Order title run.
dude, man,
Five's
me and
gone.
Chase talk about this all the time. It's just like this Dark Order as faces just drives me nuts.
Alan Angels is gone. They
Is
let
he-
his contract run out.
Yeah,
Is that speculation still, or is it official? 'Cause I know he said I can't wait for the future, but he didn't really it wasn't really put out there yet.
I read
Yeah.
something about that today as well.
Wheeler and Claudio team. One of my viewers said it.
Yeah, but here's the thing, like you have
That's
the cool thing that made AEW a thing is that they had a legit tag team division because everything in WWE that we hated about the tag team is when you force two guys who are
These
not
random
teams together.
mashups. Exactly.
And
exactly.
it seems like all is what we're getting right now in AEW. So they're
I
like
think it's time. Yeah, I agree with you. I think it's time. Since everyone seems kind of busy in the tag team divisions to start pushing these other teams a little bit, giving the varsity blondes a little TV time, private party more TV time, butcher in the blade. Maybe break up the stable. Like this. What is it called? The Andrade family office. Like just break it up. Let these guys
It
be
doesn't
tag teams
really
again.
exist anymore anyway. Like they've done
Not
nothing
really.
with it.
Yeah, not
what
really.
this
Not
roster
really.
needs is they need to develop that TV deal so the ROH can become a full-time promotion. So you can take this bloated roster, cut it in half, put one on one and one on the other. Is what it really needs.
Speaking of Ring of Honor, I mean, they should be building. What is that faction with Brian Cage and Tully Blanchard's?
Tully's
Yeah.
fucking elite group or whatever the fuck it's called.
Something
Listen,
like
Brian Cage is super. He's a nice guy. He looks fantastic. He's very good in the ring, but like when you give a guy like that a title, like how do you take it off him eventually?
Exactly.
Like, he's just I don't know. Especially when your entire roster is 5'11", 165 pounds.
And look at the fact that they
It's
put
these
the
guys are
FTW
just
belt
massive
on.
builds.
Yeah,
They put the FTW belt on him, and the person who took it off him looks like a fucking twig compared to him.
yeah. I mean, they had to go like it had to be like a fuck finish. And also, don't get me wrong, Ricky Starks is super entertaining. He's fantastic, but it's just it's tough to build that.
All right, let's break down this main event, Chase. Someone's got to get to work.
I love it, guys.
I'm having a great time. Thank you for having me. Probably like, I'm never
Absolutely.
bringing Anthony back. He just shut the fuck up.
No, Anthony.
That was a great time. This is a great
I'd love
time.
for you to. I'd love for you to come hang out with us on the I-70 sometime. So,
You do that on Thursdays, right?
I do.
Yeah, that's when. Well, you guys are fuck central, so we get done our show. Like we start at 7:30 Eastern, and we're done around like 9 or 10, depending on what time you start. I can do it, but I record the same day on Thursdays as well.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. I have you guys
Yeah.
followed and alerted, so if I see, I'll jump in after our show's done and bullshit.
See,
and
you're
maybe
all
jump in.
fucked. I'm already on Thursday, so
Technically, so am I. It's past 12.
So the blood and guts, like I said, the Detroit crowd was, it's one of those rowdy crowds. When shows come to town, they had got a "fuck you, Sammy" chant started. I did want to. I had this picture, and I'm going to show you guys this, and then we will get to we will get to you guys' thoughts. But This always made me cackle a little bit. Um, does this remind you guys of anything?
Don't tell. I don't want to know. I don't want to know.
Does this remind you of anything tonight?
I love this guy. This kid is my fucking spirit animal.
Oh my!
Daniel Garcia, when he came in with the do-rag, this is what Daniel Garcia reminded me of.
You ask your girl if she like me. Nah, I don't want to know. I don't want to know. Don't tell me.
So that was.
I want to interview him and Arkham. That's
my
two.
God.
That's my two dream bookings right there.
we need to get in touch with AJ Francis, since he's the one that got that stupid ass that sausage. You don't know who's coming battle royal with all the influencers. We need to get in touch with AJ Francis.
So we were supposed to go down there for a different promotion I was help running to that sausage factory party, whatever they're called. Dude, I heard crazy stuff happens at those parties. Like I'm not even breaking kayfabe and telling you what I heard, but I heard insane shit goes down there.
I can
you can't imagine this thing. It's dude. It involves like drugs, alcohol, sex, and Gary Busey. Like it gets out of control.
Gary Busey.
That's not even a joke.
With a name like Sausage, whatever.
Sausage Daddy Magic Castle or something. I don't know what it's called, but I heard it gets nutty. I'm for it. That seems like where I should be living. But I heard it's a blasty blast. People are gonna come back new men from that place.
The Yuta suplexing everyone got me hyped. And then Moxley comes in and throws a chair at Jake Hager's face. Guys, we'll start with CJ because CJ just joined in. We'll kind of work our way down. I'll go from CJ and work my way up. I mean,
Okay.
What'd you think, CJ?
I honestly thought the match was awesome. The ending was a little to me, but I mean the match was awesome. I loved the blood and all of the. It was great.
Absolutely.
I have no other words because it was just violent.
Absolutely. All right, Arkham, what'd you think, man?
I'll tell you this: that whole match was definitely awesome, and the ending was kind of after an epic match like that. But I got to see blood, so I'm happy with that.
Scotty?
Before I get to that, I gotta say, if any of us ever step in the ring, any of us, we have to take Arkham as our manager. We just have to take him as our manager for the promos.
Hands down. Hands down. Because how intimidating. I'm not very intimidating. You know, your boy works in an office. I sit on my ass all day for work. I work insurance. Very boring job. Like I said, I'm mostly dressed in polos. But if I were to wrestle and I came out with Arkham Prince as my manager, if I'm carrying this crazy motherfucker with me, what do you think I'm going to do to you?
Yeah, exactly.
You missed it, Anthony. Scott just said, if any of us ever step in the squared circle, we have to have Arkham Prince as our manager.
Listen, you guys are all wrong. Arkham Prince is the talent. We're the manager.
No, I'm not.
How are you managing him? I mean, how is he managing you?
I'll tell you
That's
this.
what I'm saying.
He's the guy in the ring.
I gotta be the manager. I don't do that wrestling shit. I can't do that. I'm more of a talker. I'd rather sit there and talk about.
Well, I don't think you're going to be wrestling. I think you're going to be like stabbing people.
That was the thought process, Anthony.
Yeah.
Because, like I said, you asked it perfectly. You said who's going to manage him? If that guy's the manager, the talent has to be crazy.
Yeah, he's not slipping you like a steel chair. He's throwing a shank in the ring.
Yeah.
Oh, most definitely.
Yeah. Dude,
Someone's getting shanked.
dude, your gimmick would be every time you wrestle, like Impact style, like you legit kill somebody, and then every week you get a new teardrop tattoo. Now, like it just goes down your whole face.
It's funny. You know what?
The victim's name tattooed on his forehead.
Dude, that's what WWE used to do. When WWE went through that whole roster cut thing, they should have on air TV killed them off.
Yeah.
Money in the Bank had 4 deaths, and then they were on TV the next week. 2 people were thrown off buildings, and one guy got his eyeball ripped out, and they were on TV. And then another week later, the guy got lit on fire, and no one legit died. Like so many missed opportunities. Could you imagine, like, yo, we're firing this guy, and then just throw him off Titan Tower, gone forever?
One of those was not a missed opportunity.
Which one?
If you remember with the eyeball thing, well, he didn't lose his eyeball, but he got his eyeball bashed in. He's still in AEW with the bruise around the eye.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's more of like an evil entity that's taken over his body. But I'm talking about Ray. Like Ray legit like held his eyeball on his hand, and the next week they're like, "Oh, we did special surgery to put eyeballs back into skulls, and he can see, no problem." But that guy has a contact lens in. It's a dark time for WWE. Is Arkham frozen, or is it just me?
I think he is.
He freezes. He freezes every once in a while.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on.
He's gonna have to get a Mr. Freeze tattoo now.
Getting back to the match though, I thought it started out a bit slow, but towards the end it picked up. I got to say, I did get a little bit nervous with them being on top of the cage. A little bit nervous.
I wanted them to go through.
I was expecting one of them to go through. I thought there was going to be the 2 spots, someone going over the edge and someone going through the cage. But yeah,
I think everyone looks at Mick Foley now and goes, "I think we're good about not taking safe bumps off top Hell in a Cells or cages anymore."
Yeah,
we have a local amusement park around here that he comes to all the time, and he literally now just sits in the back of a golf cart and gets driven around because he can't walk because of Hell in a Cell. So like, I'm cool with people falling through crash pads. I'm fine with that. Like that, dude. And the worst part about that bump, like he fell off the top of the cage and went through a table, and that wasn't nearly as bad as the one when he went through the middle. You know what I mean? That's tough sledding. I'm glad no one went through. Yeah,
it is. However, I think Shane's has been worse.
When Shane went through, it was a giant crash pad in that table. It was a giant airbag underneath that commentary table.
Was it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
When
Mick Foley went through it, there was no crash pad.
When Mick Foley went through, there was no crash pad, and Mick Foley's head and shoulders hit the commentary table, and his lower back and hips and legs hit the concrete floor.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like only this much of Mick Foley's body hit the commentary's table.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was disgusting.
I know, like I said, I never.
There's a doctor who does all the shows around our area. His name is Dr. Frank. He's like Pennsylvania's lead wrestling doctor. When you go back and watch that pay-per-view, Dr. Frank is out there. Like, dude, what are you doing?
And even fucking Vince turned around and said, "Never do that shit again." Like, and when you know Vince is the type that doesn't give a fuck about them.
Vince said, "Don't never do that again," because Undertaker went backstage and says that should never be done again. Like when he looked over the cage, he's like, he's dead. Like Undertaker legit thought he killed him.
When we're out.
Yeah, it's a hard match for me to watch. I have a hard time with that one.
It's really affecting you.
Yeah. So the thing is like when I guess, and I'm not trying to like say like, oh, I'm in a different position, but like when you start becoming really good friends with people who are on rosters and you're backstage and you develop almost like a family relationship with some talent, and they're like, yo, I'm gonna go out there and do a death spot match. I'm like, oh man, please. Like, I don't know if I could watch that. It's like watching a family member get cut open with a knife and you're just watching it. And it makes it even worse. You're on commentary and you're like, and he's getting his head cut off. You're like in your head, you're like, oh, like I remember there's been times where I've been on commentary and watch a guy do a suicide dive or a flip to the outside and just nobody catches them and they hit gym floors and you just hear the thud and you're just like, and you're on commentary, but as a friend, you want to run over and be like, are you seriously okay? Can't. So you're just like, so how do you call it on them? You're like, I hope he's okay because his neck bone's sticking out. Like,
Undertaker when he did the suicide dive onto the cameraman.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they didn't catch him.
Yeah.
Almost broke his fucking neck.
Mm-hmm. I've seen some crazy spots during independent shows that just really, really like it's tough.
In the cameraman's defense, there's no reason why that cameraman should have been put in that position to catch Taker.
Yeah, 100%.
Well, that cameraman was a fake cameraman designed to be there to catch that Scott. That cameraman was actually. I want to say he's related to Guerrero, if I'm not mistaken.
It was one of the wrestlers. Yeah,
the guy I believe was it the guy who was the gobbledygooker? It's one of those like inside baseball things.
Yeah, because I thought gobbledygooker was Brooklyn Brawler.
No, it was like Eddie's cousin or something like that. It was one of Eddie's boys, I believe. Brooklyn Brawler did a lot backstage, but I don't think he was the gobbledygooker. I could be wrong. I could double check though.
It was Sim Snooker.
That's what it was. It was a Snooker dude. Yeah.
Yeah, Sim Snooker. Yeah, he was the fake cameraman that was supposed to catch him, but never
that's
did.
what it was. It was a
Snooker.
Yeah.
Was Hector Guerrero.
Yeah. There it is. I had them mixed up. Guerrero was the gobbledygooker, and the other guy was Snooker's family.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
there you go.
Scotty.
Yep.
I know you mentioned that the match started out slow. Is there anything else you wanted to mention that you liked about this match?
Obviously the blood.
Of course.
Like fucking. It was good to see Moxley not the first person to bleed.
Yeah,
we had a Abdul the Butcher spot in this match. He fucking stabbed him with a fork.
Don't forget those wooden.
Took a page out of Arkham Gauge.
Yeah. Do you know who Abdul the Butcher is? Anybody? Or is that am I dating myself here?
No, I know who he is.
Of course.
Okay.
Of course.
Sorry, no.
I seen him live in Shenandoah, Pennsylvania, and it was the last time we were ever allowed to have wrestling in a high school gym ever again. It was him versus Terry Funk in a no holds bar steel cage match, and they bled. They ripped toilets off the wall in the men's room because they fought from the cage to the men's. It was one of those places where like the entire crowd followed the match around the entire building, and there was like 300 people in there for the start of the match, and by the end it was down to like 15 or it was like down to like 35, 40 people because so many people were so disgusted they were taking their kids and running out of the building. The match started with Abdul pulls the fork out, Terry Funk kicks him in the gut, or he misses the fork. Terry Funk kicks him in the gut, takes the fork, and buries it right into his forehead, and just fountain blood spraying in the air. And people were just like, nope, we're out of here. And that was in the first 3 minutes, and they wrestled for about 38 minutes and just bled all over this high school gym. And destroyed an entire bathroom. Like there was water spraying off the wall because they ripped a urinal off. Like they're like, yeah, we're never doing wrestling again here.
That would have been awesome, though.
Yeah, I was 8 years old losing my shit.
Yeah, nice. Nice, healthy dose of trauma.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I was having a blast.
So
I watched people get set on fire when I was like 5, 6, 7 years old. I turned out fine.
Yeah, that was just at his family function. That was Memorial Day. Like
That was a Tuesday for me.
That was 4th of July at the Arkham House.
see, this shows you the variety we have on this show. Okay, Scott from Australia. Anthony does 5 different shows, does commentary on wrestling. Mark lives in Chicago, and me on Tuesdays. I sit in my polo at the dinner table with my wife and 3 kids eating tacos
And talk about Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, 1,000% and Arkham Prince is over here watching people get their heads sawed off.
Yeah,
pretty much.
Arkham Prince's grandmother robbed 14 banks in their local area.
Hey, no, it was 16. Get it right. 16.
Dude, you're not supposed to dub in the grandma.
And believe it or not, I'm the normal one in my family, legit.
Yeah, they let you have the internet.
I'm the shortest and most normal one in my family. I'm 5'4". Everyone else is like 5'9" and above. I literally look up to everybody in my family, and it fucking sucks.
Oh man,
I
this
look
interview is
up to
gonna be
my younger
beautiful.
sister.
Okay, so one of us is gonna have to be the wrestler then.
I'll still jump up there and slap the shit out of you.
All right, so where are we at in the match? Fork spots, people are bleeding halfway through.
Well, this Scotty, was that your closing statement, my friend?
For now.
Okay.
For now.
Anthony, what did you like about Blood and Guts?
I thought it was paced very well. I thought the entry order was done very smart. It was a good mix of having both people one like take control of the match at certain points. Like it would look like BCC was dominating, and then Jericho Society was dominating, and it was a nice flip. The table spot looked awful. Like that looked like it sucked really bad because you're not supposed to go through the table long ways,
Right?
especially when you're
Yeah.
already like almost 7 foot tall. So that had to feel great on your head. It still looked like it was pretty clean. Yeah, I think overall, the match itself was just it was paced really well, and the whole show was just paced excellently.
Absolutely.
And the whole time we're sitting there waiting. Well, where's Kingston? Where's Kingston? Where's Kingston? Is Kingston and Claudio gonna get along? All right, where are we gonna get? What are we like? Even though the whole match was based on, at least for me, because the entire time I'm just like I'm guessing people are back and like. We're going to see the one team turn on each other, and that's why Jericho Society is going to win, and that's what I thought going into it. So it was nice that I was incorrect in my prediction. Like they did something I wasn't expecting, which is always fun in professional wrestling.
Absolutely.
Although I love how they played the little twist at the end with keeping that Claudio Kingston feud going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because
they shook it out, but
one more time in my career where I'm supposed to be getting my moment, and you took it away from me. That's what's going to lead up to again. Yeah,
absolutely.
it
Yo, we
looked
got a
Uh,
celebrity in the chat right now. We got Hugh Kevin in my stream right now, guys. Everyone say
Hi,
hi to
Kev.
Hugh Kev.
yo,
What's up,
tell him
guys?
Arkham's coming for his numbers.
Kev's a big boy, man. Kev is 6'5".
Dude, Arkham will hit him with a chainsaw legitimately.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't teach crazy, man.
I would be interested to see Arkham Prince show up with a pizza cutter to the
Dude,
to the Battle
he's way
Royal.
crazier than pizza cutters. That's not doing enough damage. You see how much bloodlust he is? He's bringing
Yeah, that pizza cutter really want to do it.
he's bringing a circular saw.
How about a
Dude,
cheese?
Dude, he
I'll take
walked out of
it
his mum's womb carrying a fucking
You know what?
6-inch blade.
I could do a bike chain wrapped around my hand with like little spikes coming out and barbed wire wrapped around it, some shit like that, and just hit him in the head. Watch
Arkham-
my-
Arkham came out of Arkham came out of the wound like Texas Chainsaw Massacre at the end of the movie, just swinging a chainsaw.
Yeah.
That's how he cut his own umbilical cord. I love this guy.
Mark, we're at you, brother. What did you think of Blood and Guts, my friend?
I mean, I thought it was great. I forgot who said it earlier. I think I liked the Pinnacle versus Inner Circle better. But it was great. I did love the show. The whole show overall was fantastic. Just like Anthony said earlier, they were building stories going on, moving forward past this show. The main event was great. The ending was kind of weird at the top of the cage. I thought
I thought
like
they were turning.
yeah. You know,
I thought when LAX was next to when I thought it was LAX and not full LAX, but was Kingston and Ortiz with Claudio in the middle and Moxley by himself with Yuta. I thought Moxley was going to hit Yuta and those two were going to jump. Like I thought we were getting a full breakup, and it didn't happen. I was shocked.
I thought so too.
Yeah,
I really thought so too. The way the match ended was, like I said, was kind of weird. I don't know, because there was a few minutes left into the show too, so I thought maybe Kingston was like, "Yo, what was going on?" I thought Jericho was going to be the one to tap, and I was kind of shocked that it didn't. So I feel like Eddie Kingston deserved that, and it didn't happen. So me being, I'm sorry, what?
It also played into that Kingston Claudio feud that's to come.
mm-hmm.
It did
Storyline
potentially.
building was fantastic.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. But I felt like, as much as I love Jericho, I felt like he should have gave that to Eddie Kingston. I think Eddie Kingston deserved that at the end. But there's not much I can really complain about the show. This whole show was fucking great. But yeah, that's all I really wanted to say on that.
Fantastic.
So I do have a question. If
Yeah.
there was a turn with the Blackpool Combat Club, would it be too soon?
The only reason I don't have faith in the Black, I just kind of, I said earlier, I don't have a lot of faith in that stable just because they don't treat it like a stable, and I think there's too many top people in that stable for it to be a long-term thing. I want to say one more thing that's also been kind of like questioning me on Chase. I don't think your microphone on your thing is the microphone you're actually using to record right now with. When you bring it up real close, it never changes levels. Yeah, you're using your onboard microphone.
Ah, see, I knew that, Anthony. I was making sure. I just didn't think any.
Every time you picked it up and went like this, I'm like, I don't think that's on.
He's like, yeah, bro.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah.
Your audio sounds fantastic, though. By the way, I will say, like,
I totally knew it the entire time. I was just letting that happen.
Yeah.
That's the audio, audio nerd in me. But your audio actually sounds really, really, really good. If it's coming off your laptop, thing, your laptop mic is actually really impressive. Or if it's a phone or whatever it is.
Yeah, that was one of the things, because when I very first started doing the streams, I was on like a 10-year-old desktop.
Yeah.
So my wife.
It's an expensive investment, but this mic is.
That's one of the ones I'm getting. Like I said, I've got a contract.
It's XLR or USB.
I've actually looked at that exact model, because I've got a contractor coming in. He's going to square off a piece of my garage, and it's going to be my streaming like podcast.
Not the S7, because the S7 you need to buy a cloud condenser and you need an XLR board, and that's a huge investment. But if you get this one, it's also USB powered, and you can plug it in, and then you can actually control it from, like, I can't control mine from the microphone because I'm running to an XLR board. But this is a cool mic because you can use it. You can plug it into your phone. You can plug it in your computer. Like, it's very versatile. It's a good mic. I recommend it for content creators.
Awesome.
And you can plug headphones straight into it here too, so you don't have to plug two things into your computer.
Nice.
And then you can control your headphones and your microphone separately from the side of the microphone when it's powered USB.
Check that out, guys. That's that's.
If you ever need tech help from your boy, I'll try to help you out and help you not spend a lot of money.
I appreciate.
Except for this, this is a lot of money.
Because, like I said, I'm having a room design for the stream in general. So
we'll brainstorm.
Is that a kitty cat?
Yep, kitten.
His belt transformed.
I was like, when Scott started talking to his cat,
it got weird.
Sorry, I saw a cat.
Sorry, this is
the most wholesome thing this show's heard all night.
Heard that. Wish I didn't, but I did. So guys, like I said, I appreciate you guys joining in tonight.
Wait, Chase. Whoa. You haven't given us your thoughts on the match.
I was just getting ready to, my friend.
Do you guys always go 2 hours, or are we just savages?
We're just savages.
No, we always go 2 hours.
All right, cool. I'm just making sure we just didn't fuck up your whole show.
Yeah, we try. No, we're like, it's, and
we always try to say an hour, and then we're like, we're not gonna be on here 2-3 hours, and we're fucking on here for 2 hours, dude.
I think you've only ever once.
I gotta be up in 5 hours. No big deal.
Yeah.
I think. By yourself.
Yep.
Right,
when I was doing it by myself, I was like running through. Yeah.
Cool.
Now, and this makes it more fun. Like I said, it's fun in general, but actually having everybody in here as a community and us all talking about it, it makes it a blast. So
yeah, I'm having a good time. This is fun.
Good,
I just hope I didn't ruin your product.
One of my viewers says when the post show is 3 times longer than the actual show.
That's what I was about to say. We went longer than the actual show.
You're goddamn right. So I had a blast with this match. Like I said, War Games was, growing up in the 90s. War Games, the match beyond. Growing up in the 90s, Fall Brawl was my favorite WCW pay-per-view. Hands down. And so War Games has always been a favorite match of mine. I was super excited when they brought it back for NXT. And then when I found out they were able to do it with AEW, I love it. I loved the first one. I think tonight I liked better than the first one, but both were still really good. I'm a little, not to sidetrack here, but we've been sidetracking all night, so I don't give a fuck. I'm a little upset that we never got the Elite against the Inner Circle last year. The Pinnacle and the Inner Circle was still good. But yeah, man, this match was a lot of fun. Claudio and Garcia exchanging the uppercuts was a fantastic spot. Kingston caning everyone was absolutely fucking awesome. When the door opened and he just walked in and he just like
I love that
swift
shit.
when he swift hit people and they were just like flying out of the way. I was it.
He had to
I
tell
was,
what's his name to sell the cane though, because he kept hitting him with. He's like, "I need to get to Jericho. Like, get out of the way." You could tell.
Oh yeah,
he
when
was,
he came in, oh
yeah.
yeah,
that was hysterical, dude.
and Claudio and Sammy kind of did something like that. Sammy kind of like aggressively pushed Claudio off of him so he could get his stupid fucking shirt off or his
Yeah.
jacket or whatever he was wearing, the suspenders, because they were getting in the way. And so yeah. But like I said, Kingston hitting everybody with the Singapore cane was fantastic. Moxley and Yuta doing the Doomsday device was
Great.
made me pop again.
Yep.
Yuta and Moxley with the tax, Jericho spraying that liquid in Moxley's eyes, and then hitting the Judas effect on Moxley and Moxley falling into the tax. The commercial breaks.
No picture in picture.
I'm gonna get to the commercial breaks in a second. I'm gonna finish this real quick and we'll get to commercial breaks. But Jericho, putting Moxley in the walls of Jericho on the tax, and then Kingston gets him in the face with the tax. Ruby Soho coming out, taking out Ty Conti.
Almost Ty Conti's whole business.
She was trying everything she could to keep
that dress down, yeah.
Oh,
And the
hell
camera
yeah.
was right in that spot where he was like right up her skirt, and they're like, "Cut."
he was there all day. He's like, I ain't cutting.
Yeah,
No
and you can tell like, go to a different camera. Go to a different camera.
Yeah.
Yo, what's up, Phil? Thanks for joining, brother. Too Tall Tyler, thanks for joining, man.
Jericho and Kingston on top of the what?
Isn't Too Tall Tyler Arkham's parole officer?
Yeah.
Sorry, man. Go ahead.
Him and Phil just joined the TikTok side of things right now.
Nice.
Cool.
But Jericho and Kingston on top of the cage, you knew something was going to happen with those guys. Obviously, I was hoping that it wasn't Jericho because Jericho shouldn't be taking those bumps. Sammy climbs up there as the proverbial sacrificial lamb, and then gets thrown off, and like I said, it looked like it was a crash pad.
Dude, I honestly would rather jump into a giant crash pad than have to climb back down that. Do you ever climb off a ladder once you're already up on something? I know I'm afraid of ladders. That's getting your footing and you're like, I'm gonna fucking die. Like that's the worst feeling. I'd rather jump off onto a giant air condition, like an air mattress, than climb back down.
Agreed.
Yep.
I got a question.
Yeah.
I don't know if any of you guys saw it. The visual of who was it? Garcia? Was it Garcia? Hanging outside the ring?
Oh, the dude off of the support pole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was I couldn't help but laugh at that.
I wanted someone to come out and just take a kendo stick and just stop beating the shit out of them.
Yeah.
And Phil, yes, you're right. Sammy is always going to take those crazy bumps. So,
yeah.
Yep. It's Sammy Guevara. We should have known it's a spot made for him. Yep.
Yeah.
I was just wondering if you guys saw it, because over here I can't watch it on TNT. I watch it on the Fight app, and I get no commercials. Like when you guys get picture in picture, it's still live for me.
I wonder if you can log in and like change your IP address on Fight to be in Australia.
If you VPN it, you should be able to.
I bet with NordVPN you could. Shout out to my guys over at NordVPN. You know, CR Media needs a sponsor, baby.
I want Blue Chew as a sponsor.
Oh my god!
I want to do a podcast where we all take a handful of Blue Chew and just start talking, and then just like raise your hand when it.
Listen, Anthony. They call me Conrad Jr. for a reason. I've wanted to do Blue Chew ads for the past 3 years.
Oh, my ad is going to be like, here's a handful of Blue Chew, and then we OD on them on the stream, and then be like, it's 100% working.
You stand up and walk around in gray sweatpants all stream.
Yeah, dude, that's you want an ad, you're gonna get one. That's all there is to it. We even have a girl on the stream. She'll let us know how it works for her.
Yeah. Anyways. So Claudio swinging Jericho on top of the cage made me pop. And then the match
Kingston get out of the way.
Yeah. And then Kingston, after the match was over, Kingston looked pissed, obviously, that Claudio took the win. But they shook it out after the match. Kingston kind of played it up like he was hurt. I hope he was playing it up like he's hurt. God, I hope he's not. We all know that injuries suck. So, commercials. So, for guys that have watched, for you guys that have watched this show before, that Mark and I have talked briefly about AEW putting stuff on TV that are giving away stuff on TV and not a pay-per-view. Now I'm all cool for, I'm never going to bitch about, hey, they gave us this match free on TV.
Right.
Never going to do that. However, for a match like War Games, Blood and Guts, dude, we can't be going to full blown commercial breaks.
Yeah, that just sucked.
No.
That sucked.
Yeah.
Hey, you want to put that up by Phil real quick? So, so Phil said they showed on camera Moxley blading. There you go.
Well, he was using glass shard, wasn't he?
Yeah.
He was using the glass shard, or the glass.
Yeah, so that was his only criticism. The match, they could have hit that better. I agree. There are some points. I feel like sometimes AEW's camera work is a little shoddy.
One thing I have to give him with tonight, though. The camera was zoomed in when what's his name? Hager had the steel chair and was going to hit Claudio on the ankle. As soon as he went for the hit, they zoomed it out because you could tell there was going to be a gap.
Yeah. It's like WWE, you get motion sickness because they fucking cut every 38 seconds.
They do.
Yeah.
They do.
So, that was my takeaway from the match, and what I loved about the match.
Can I give you like a parallel to kind of play devil's advocate here? So I get like what you're saying that the AEW gives a lot away on TV, which I'm a fan of, but like the biggest criticism right now we get on WWE is we get the same 4 matches over and over and over and over and over and over and over again, and then we get a pay-per-view, and there's really no difference in between the 5 matches we've seen leading up to then what we get on pay-per-view. AEW puts on the pay-per-view quality show or a pay-per-view quality match weekly, but still in a pay-per-view over-deliver on the... Maybe there's too many matches on the pay-per-view sometimes where you're like, man, this is another 8-hour pay-per-view, but they still over-deliver. Where they could be in some trouble with that is now their injury list is going through the roof because they're going crazy during the weekly shows.
Yeah.
And they go even harder on the pay-per-views, which can be problematic. But NXT on the flip hand is actually doing their pay-per-views live on TV and nobody cares. So it's really like you're almost getting a mirror image of both and seeing which one you like. So yeah, when like last week on Dynamite, we got Moxley and Tanahashi versus Jericho and Lance Archer for free on television. Like we've seen Japan's biggest star of all time free on TV, and then this week we're seeing a blood and guts match. So they're doing good at delivering good weekly shows.
I mean, yeah, it's great, 100%. But sometimes, like on these gimmick matches, like tonight, I felt like it definitely should have been, because they're gonna go all out on shit like tonight. You know what I mean? And then Chase and I were talking about this last week. When Jeff Hardy faced Darby Allin in the Owen, and that shit turned into a ladder match, gimmick match, and fucking Darby getting ready to borderline paralyze himself over there.
So here's the thing. So you have that Darby one where he does a stupid spot, but for the most part tonight, if you really break down every spot they took in this match, like the table spot, the skewers, which is, I mean, yeah, you're bleeding, but it's for the most part pretty damn safe. The light tube, the lifting up the mat is protected. Sammy landing on a giant cushion. They really they put on a quality match that looked like it was very violent and gory and bloody, but for the most part, it was a very, very safe, protected match.
Okay.
Like just kind of knowing behind the curtain, like they did everything right when it comes to making the big spots look extra gory and violent, but realistically what they did was insanely safe. Like no one really took a crazy bump or crazy spot during this match. Like everyone probably walked out of here pretty protected.
Yeah. Going back to one thing that you said before, and that was the tag match last week. Now, I've had this criticism since WCW through till now. Leading up to the big event, WCW every time that the big event was coming up, so for example Starrcade or Great American Bash, there would be a tag match the week before on the show, combining whoever was in that main event or on one of those matches. And now WWE has done it. And now AEW is doing it. What do you guys think?
I thought the Tanahashi was fine because they showed what that guy, who he was before we had the big mix. But I mean, I don't know. I don't want to go too deep into it because it was last week's thing. But I was just kind of giving a comparison that they do big matches. But I wasn't here last week for their Dynamite thing. And I don't want to rehash stuff because we are pretty like 2.5 hours in.
We are.
Yeah. No. I mean, I was gonna say, my whole thing on it is, I'm all for it. It's just with a match like this, I understand it's an hour long, but to do full blown commercial breaks where they're not showing anything, and like, man,
Yeah.
like are you going to take a commercial break during a TLC match?
Yeah, especially
I know they
especially
have
no picture commercial break, which is kind of silly.
Yeah, you'd think they would have saved the picture-in-picture for those matches, or for something like tonight with an hour-long main event.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, gentlemen, I think that kind of, yeah. I think 2 hours and 34 minutes. That's all right. I know Mark's about to.
I'm tired too. My eyes are already tiny, but I'm getting even lower over.
I got to be up in 4.5 hours now.
Yeah. Me too. I'm right there with you.
Well, gentlemen, I don't want to. I don't want to let you guys leave without saying appreciate you guys all coming on. Arkham, if you're still here, much love, dude, as always. Hell yes,
my guy.
CJ, man, appreciate you showing up. Would love for you to join in more. We're gonna kind of continue doing these forum things. Bringing people on and kind of doing a community talk about Dynamite. Mm-hmm. Scotty, as always, I love you. I appreciate you. Scotty is Scotty's my number one fan, man. I appreciate him.
Scotty's a handsome man too, by the way. Look at this guy.
Yeah.
He's like the Australian Jason Momoa over there.
And then Anthony, man, appreciate you showing up. showing love and
I had a good
hanging out
time.
with
Thank you.
us. Absolutely, man. You're welcome to join anytime, dude. Just let us know, and the link is always there. Mark, as always, my partner in crime, my partial partner in crime. I seem to have a lot of them these days. So we need to find a way that we all can scissor each other. We need to find a way to do
This way.
a six way scissor.
Dude, I'm gonna scissor them in person, like in
Yeah.
3 or 4 weeks. They're gonna be at a show I'm at, and you're goddamn right. I'm
Who
getting a
is?
video of us scissoring each other.
Who?
Me and the Acclaim.
Oh, okay. I thought you were talking about one of these guys.
No, I'm gonna be at a show where, like, the Acclaim's gonna be there, Rock and Roll Express, fucking Booker T. It's gonna be like, I'm not just putting it mildly. The list of people that are gonna be at the show is insane.
Yep.
It's gonna be fun.
Absolutely. Other than that, gentlemen, we are all good for the night. If you guys wanna jump out, I'm gonna close this out here.
Thank you again.
Absolutely, Anthony. Appreciate you
Yeah.
joining.
Good
Scotty,
talking with you guys, man. You guys are awesome.
absolutely.
Always happy to join.
Absolutely.
Always good to chat.
If you guys get an opportunity, tomorrow night is the I-70 hot tag. If you guys did not see on my social media, we are going to have independent professional wrestler Luigi Primo on the show. Luigi Primo is a fantastic talent. He's super funny. It's going to be a blast. Our show is going to be at 8:30 Central Standard Time. And just come in, hang out with us. We'll be asking Luigi some questions. If you guys want to jump in and get your comments to Luigi and ask Luigi questions as well, we'll be glad to do that for you. Also, tomorrow night, CR Media has a huge announcement coming up for the I-70 hot tag. It's probably the biggest announcement I have. It's bigger than us getting to 1,000 followers, which we haven't done yet. We have not gotten to 1,000 followers on TikTok. So if you don't follow CR Media on TikTok, I greatly appreciate it. But tomorrow night, it's a huge announcement. It's going to be bigger than that. So would love for you guys to tune in. And as me and my friend Josh break it out, like I said, I'm super excited about it. It's big shit. So, like I said, other than that, guys, much love to everybody who came out. Much love to Mark. Mark, I hope that you get plenty of rest, my dude. And I don't want to do the too sweet thing. There's another TikTok creator who does it on his Twitch stream, and he's a fucking creep. He's a glorified piece of shit. I hate that motherfucker. I'm not gonna name drop. I'm not gonna name drop him. But
I just got it.
He does it. Give me a too sweet, guys. And
I just got it. We'll just stick with this, bro. We'll
stick with that. Yeah, there you go. That's perfect. Yeah. Definitely, guys. Much love, Mark. I hope work is not too unbearable for you tomorrow. I hate working with little sleep. I used to do it all the time. Sucks. Anyways, guys, appreciate you all joining tonight. As always, I'm Chase. I run CR Media. This is my boy Mark, Pro Wrestling Kingpin, and for the AEW Post Dynamite show, good fight and good